says Ron.
EHK Tournament Softball is brought to you in part by Leonard Muller Funeral Home and Crematory in Manchester, Edgewood, and Strawberry Point. The Edgewood Reminder, Evans Chiropractic, Silver Edge Cooperative in Edgewood, Strawberry Point, and Our halftime guest tonight, we're joined by Karsten Calderwood, the EHK Musical Director, Finding Nemo Jr. Can you give us some background on what you guys are doing next weekend?
Yeah, so Finding Nemo, there was the movie out in the early 2000s that this show kind of follows along with the idea that Nemo was, the child was taken away from the reef by an individual, and so his dad Marlin and eventually friend Dory are traveling across the ocean to work to try and get Nemo back, and they have their excursions that when you think about, with the sharks and other individuals such as the turtles that they are working to get across, and so they have their trials and tribulations. With that, so it follows that kind of that movie, but then it's got the music element to it with it being
Pitch to Kirby, lines that ball. Second baseman reaching up for it is Hockenberry, but it's over her head. A base hit and an RBI for Lauren Kirby. And the Vikings strike first, leading 1-0, as scoring from third is once again Faith Kirby with the run. And Flanagan delivers the 0-2 pitch. High fly ball. This is to left field. Going back is McMahon. McMahon, it's over her head. It hits the bottom of the fence. EHK will score 2. Scoring all the way from first base will be Hofer. Dugan the first run. Hofer the second one. And McKenna Hofer with another double. 2 RBIs. And the Vikings lead 3-1 now. 2-2 pitch. And swinging through it there is going to be Benish. The 11th strikeout recorded by Eccleseder. She strikes out the side here in the 5th. 1-2 offering and swinging right through the pitch is Hoover. Strikeout number 13 for Eccleseder. And again, she gets out of the jam in the bottom of the 6th. Eccleseder now, your 1-2 pitch to Benish. Bouncing ball right back to Eccleseder. Why not? Throws wide of the bag at first, but Kirby able to catch it. Step on the bag. And EHK, for the second time in 3 years, heading to the state softball tournament. Timely hitting from their seniors, McKenna Hofer and Lauren Kirby. And then Rachel Eccleseder on the mound. Strikes out 14. EHK ranked number 15 in Class 1A. Back to the final 8 in Class 1A. The best tournament action is on KCTN FM 100. It's a Class 1A softball opener today on KCTN. In our featured matchup, EHK takes on Exira-EHK-Audubon. The Vikings are coming off a thrilling regional final win over North Lynn. They've had their eyes on this return visit and plan on different results. For the Spartans, this is a team that was ranked in the top 5 all season and enter as the number 1 ranked team. They look to show it today. The victor stays in the winner's bracket. The other is consolation bound. EHK and Exira-EHK. Today's On Deck show next.
Edgewood Auto and Towing is an automotive repair shop, tire dealer, and 24/7 towing service. We offer full service work on all autos and semis. Our highly skilled mechanics provide quality workmanship and will get you back on the road in a timely manner. Check out our current tire rebates by calling 563-928-7333 or stopping in to Edgewood Auto and Towing for complete terms and conditions.
Epic Wear. Get personalized clothing for your school, your team, family, friends, business, or any event. Epic Wear has a huge range of customizable apparel, trophies, and awards. They offer free design help or design your own apparel at getepicwear.com, and you can even set up a free website for your fundraiser. Epic Wear, walk on. Call 563-568-2301 to place your order today.
NEAT is connecting more and more homes and businesses to reliable, fast broadband internet in Northeast Iowa. NEAT's fiber optic network has expanded and is now offering speeds up to 1 gig in and around Monona, Lewena, St. Olaf, Farmersburg, Postville, and surrounding rural areas. NEAT Fiber provides high-quality internet, television, and telephone services at the speed of light. For more information on how to upgrade your speed and services, visit NEITEL.com or call today, 877-638-2122. NEAT, connecting you now.
Edco Tournament Softball is brought to you in part by Four Scoops and More, The Edgewood Locker, Tinker-Built Custom Fab and Portable, Lloyd Kelchin Grain, Woods Edge Golf Course, Nick's Excavating and Kane Construction in Farmersburg, T&K Cahoon, your Napa dealer in Monona, St. Olaf Ag Sales and Service, Growl Logs and Lumber in Elkader, Timber is a Crop, Harvest Wisely, Meyer Collision and Service Center in Gothenburg and Elkader, LTI & Sons Water Conditioning, your Connecticut dealer in Postville, and TJ's Pizza in Monona and Claremont. We begin the On Deck show for today's game. We're joined by Edco softball coach Taylor Huber. Coach, your team now 27-10, advancing to state with a thrilling 3-2 win over North Lynn. Tell me about that game.
Yeah, really kind of unfortunate we had to go to North Lynn. I thought we played well. It was one of those deals where we know them, they know us, and I figured it would be a 1 or 2 run ball game, and it was. Just happy that we could come out on top. We had some timely hits when we needed them, and Rachel was awesome on the mound. So we made it interesting, but got it done.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about Rachel on the mound starting out there. She had 14 Ks for you in that ball game. Obviously, just seems she gets better as the season has went on.
Yeah, really. We've played a lot of games, and she's had to pitch a lot of innings, a lot of double time, had to, pitch a full game and then come in and pitch part of the second game. So, that makes it a little bit tougher to have that, velocity all the time. So right now when she's only got to worry about 1 game and 7 innings, she's been really tough. So it's awesome to have.
All right, you mentioned timely hits offensively. Who's been leading you throughout this season offensively?
Yeah, Faith Dugan, again, at the top of the order. She got on twice on Monday. She's just really a tough out, finds a way to get on base with her speed and her power. And then you kind of have, Ava in that 2 spot that's able to move Faith around and still get some timely hits when we need them. I thought she had really good at-bats on Monday. And then Rachel and McKenna and Lauren in those 3, 4, 5 spots have really been consistent for us, putting the ball in play, making stuff happen. And just, even though Rachel's known for her pitching, also one of the best hitters around. So
absolutely there. And I know that certainly the bottom of the lineup has contributed as well for you guys. So let's talk a little bit here about Exira, Elkhorn, Kimballton. What do you know about the Spartans?
To be honest, I haven't looked at them a ton yet. It's Friday right now when we're talking, so we've practiced a couple of days here and kind of just focusing on ourselves. We'll do our scout for them on Sunday before we take off. But I just briefly looking, it's hard to know because they're from a totally different part of the state. We can't really compare any teams that they've played, that we've even seen at any tournaments or anything. So their pitcher looks tough. She's got similar stats to Rachel, but like I said, it's hard to know, who they're playing and what their situation is. So
yeah, absolutely.
I feel good about our chances there. I feel a little bit better about our chances than 2 years ago when we went. We faced a juggernaut that year, so I think we've got a shot to go do some damage.
All right, keys in the ball game for Edco. Then what do you have to do on your end?
Yeah, kind of a good, that we're going today to scrimmage Kennedy. I think a big thing for us is going to be putting the ball in play, limiting our strikeouts. So that's why I think it'll be good to go see a really good pitcher today at Kennedy and just kind of try to figure out how do we get that barrel and that sweet spot to the ball against a good pitcher. So that's kind of the goal on Monday against Exira is, get on base, put a little pressure on them. They're going to have all the pressure being the number one seed. So if we can get some base runners and make some things happen that way, jump on them early, that would be ideal. And then obviously Rachel on the mound, and we need to be, sharp defensively behind her and, make plays and not give them, a lot of hope there.
Yeah, I understand that. All right, Coach, good luck to you in the ball game. We look forward to talking to you afterwards.
Yep, sounds good.
Yes, EDCO softball coach Taylor Huber on our Viking program. The On Deck Show continues after this.
Are high bank fees draining your wallet? It's time for a change.
At People's State Bank, they believe in low fees that put you first.
Tired of being charged for using your debit card, sneaky paper statement fees, or monthly maintenance fees?
With People's State Bank's People's Checking Account, those fees are a thing of the past.
Worried about ATM fees?
At People's State Bank, they reimburse you for up to 3 ATM fees per month. They work hard to keep your money where it belongs, in your pocket.
Make the switch to People's State Bank today. Visit a branch near you or peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC.
Northern Country Co-op and Viafield are now Nexus Cooperative, your full-service ag partner supplying all your agronomy, energy, feed, grain, and lumber needs. Our highly knowledgeable and experienced team utilizes the latest technology in feed manufacturing, agronomy services, precision ag, plant and animal nutrition, energy products, and grain marketing to keep our customers ahead of the rest. Stop in today at any of our 26 locations across northern Iowa and southern Minnesota, or visit us online at nexus.coop.
The doctors and staff of Family Dentistry Associates of Monona encourage everyone to get out and support your local baseball and softball teams, enjoy the weather, and get your kids' summer checkups scheduled at Family Dentistry Associates in Monona. Call today to schedule 539-4651.
EDCO Tournament Softball is brought to you in part by Carl's Grocery, Wolfie's Retreat Dog Grooming, Boarding, and Daycare in Manchester, Lone Pine Golf Course and Country Club, The Market, a division of Kendrick Inc., Nutrient Ag Solutions, Farmer Savings Bank of Colesburg, Elkport Garber, Strawberry Point, Arlington, Elgin, and Wadena, member FDIC, Thompson Construction and Monona Overhead Door, Dean Family Chiropractic in Claremont, Myers Auto Service in Monona, Clayton County Recycling in Monona, Culligan Water Conditioning in Elkader, Fisk Farm and Home in Monona, Cresco, and Decorah, and Car Auto Group online at karautogroup.com. We continue the On Deck Show for today's game. We're joined by Exira Elkhorn Kimballton head coach Tom Peterson. Coach, your team now 23-4, an impressive regional final win. You won 12-1. Tell me about that game.
Well, we were able to come out early and put a little bit of pressure on them. We were hitting the ball really, really well, not getting too deep into the counts. And so, with that in mind, and then also making sure that the small ball, that we executed that. We had some girls that we bunted over, and fortunately for us, they had a couple of errors that they had, and then we were able to drive some kids home. Riley Miller did an excellent job for us on the mound once again. So overall, it was a good team win.
All right, let's talk about your team. First off, offensively, a number of kids contributing for you. Who are some of your top individuals?
Well, it starts with our leadoff batter, with Taryn Peterson. She's had a really fantastic year so far. She's able to get on base quite a bit, and that just helps us out, as far as trying to get some things going. We're able to execute a little bit more when she's on base because she's a threat to steal. Anna Larson is another one that she bats second for us, a lefty that's a senior, and then the third batter is Riley Miller. She's our pitcher, and she's an outstanding batter also. So, it starts at the top. Those three gals are also the three girls that returned from 2024. But, throughout the lineup, we've got Riley Peterson. She's having a pretty darn good year. That's our first baseman. We just have to make sure that we continue to execute because up here, there's a reason why that it's the best 8 teams in the state are here for a reason. So as far as I'm concerned, you can take the seedings and throw them out.
All right. You mentioned Riley Miller, your pitcher, one of the girls that throws for you there. Tell me about her on the mound.
Well, she's been starting since her 8th grade season. She's been there, done that. It's a kid that's worked extremely hard to get to where she's at. She's just a junior. She surpassed 800 strikeouts this season. So, she's, like I said, she's worked at it, and, she gets everything that she's earned, because she's been there and done that before, and she works at it.
All right, now let's talk about Edco. What do you know about the Vikings?
Well, to me, and I'll butcher the pronunciation, so I apologize, but Rachel, I can't say her last name.
Yeah, Eccleseder.
Okay, Eccleseder. I'll let you do that for me. But, wow, she just sticks out right away to me. She's right at 300 strikeouts, over 1,000 for her career. And what she's done to me when I look at everything and then trying to watch some video, it's pretty outstanding, very, very impressive. And then, when I look at them, they look very similar to us when it comes to base running. They've got some kids that can put a lot of pressure on the defense. Faith Dugan, I think is what it is. She sticks out. She's got almost 35 stolen bases, but they got 4 girls with over 10. Batting-wise, they bat .352 as a team. 3 girls over 35 RBIs. There's a reason why Edco is where they're at. Their girls are playing extremely well, and they beat a tough Northland team to get to the state tournament.
All right, keys in the ball game for your team. What do you need to do?
Well, you've got to be able to put the ball in play against Rachel because she's going to get her strikeouts, but you've got to be able to take advantage when you can. So, we have to be able to hit the ball because she's going to hold you because her ERA is very, very impressive. The other thing is defensively wise, you got to be able to make the fundamental plays. You can't give them extra outs. If we do that, we're going to be in trouble.
All right, Coach. Good luck to you in the ball game. We look forward to talking to you afterwards.
You bet. Thank you very much.
Yes, Spartan softball coach Tom Peterson on his team. The On Deck Show continues after this.
When I started out in the car business, my dad gave me some good advice. Hi, it's Forrest Brown with the Brown's family of dealerships. What my dad told me is when you sell someone their first car, you need a good sales department. But if you expect to sell them their second, third, and fourth car, you better have a great service department. Visit any one of the Brown's family of dealerships in Guttenberg, Elkader, West Branch, or Victory Ford in Dyersville and find out why Brown's is your hometown dealer, no matter where your hometown may be.
Looking for a fun summer activity? The Clayton County Farm Bureau Beef Passport encourages you to travel around the county, try delicious beef specials, and support local businesses and beef producers along the way. Visit places like the St. Olaf Tavern, Bill Stadium Bar and Grill, and more, now through August 31st. Collect stamps for prize entries with either a paper or digital passport, and this year every stamp counts because there's no minimum required.
At Freedom Bank, we're proud to cheer on the hometown athletes who give it their all. You'll see us in the stands, on the sidelines, and throughout our communities, supporting the players, coaches, and families who make Northeast Iowa a great place to call home. Whether it's on the field or in your financial life, we're here to help you reach your goals. Visit us in Elkader, Monona, Postville, or Waukon and experience the difference of a 100% employee-owned community bank. Freedom Bank. We empower success.
This is Chris Holbert, General Manager of Hall Roberts Son Incorporated in Postville. We would like to wish the area student athletes both a safe and successful sports season. We have been a community-based company since 1864, servicing and supporting the area ag industry with products necessary for daily success. We look forward to continuing to serve and support both the ag industry and high school athletes in our surrounding communities. Thank you and good luck from the families at Hall Roberts Son.
EHK Tournament Softball is brought to you in part by Community Insurance with offices in Edgewood and Delhi, Citizen State Bank of Monticello, Hopkinton, Ryan, Manchester, Winthrop, Strawberry Point, Springville, and New Vienna, member FDIC and equal housing lender. Blooms, Flowers, Gifts, and more in Edgewood. Edgewood Convalescent Home and Lincolnwood Assisted Living. Northeast Iowa Sub Drains in Strawberry Point. Rockwell Appliance and TV, the home of quality service with the lowest price guaranteed in Prairie du Chien, Waukon, Decorah, and Viroqua. Elkader Chiropractic Center, Dr. Jamie Hammersland. Innovative Ag Services in Elkader, Monona, and Waukon. Norby's Farm Fleet in Northeast Iowa. And Guttenberg Municipal Hospital and Clinic. Check out career opportunities at guttenberghospital.org. Good afternoon, everybody. Well, I guess it's the afternoon here, close enough to it. I'm Dan Behrens, along with Coach Mike Satz. We welcome you to Fort Dodge, Iowa Farm Bureau Field, and the start of the Class 1A state softball tournament with the opening game. The 8th-ranked EHK Vikings taking on number 1 seeded and the top-ranked Exira-EHK-Audubon Spartans. We're going on the air, started a few minutes late, had a computer, got a little hot. It is warm today, temperature in the upper 90s here in Fort Dodge, heat index at around 107, but we are ready to go, and so are the EHK Vikings.
Yeah, we're excited here. Little technical difficulties, like you said, Dan, but we're going now, and hot day, but a nice day, and a lot of softball going to be played here today.
All right, keys in this ball game is we are just about ready for the announcement of the starting lineup, so we'll run down those with them. But keys in the ball game has to be which team can put the ball into play more against a couple of strikeout pitchers.
Yeah, I think these are two pretty similar teams when you look at their stats. Two really good pitchers, two really good leadoff hitters with speed. Top 3 in the order are kind of who they rely on. Not that the other girls can't do anything, but two pretty even teams statistically.
Now, for EHK, obviously Rachel Ecoseder is a senior. She struck out 14 in the regional final. So if the teams put the ball into play, you've got to make those routine plays. Not necessarily the spectacular plays, but you've got to make, routine plays to have success in this game.
Absolutely. If the ball's hit at you, you got to make that play. We're in the state tournament now. It's do or die, basically. It is double elimination, but in a sense, it's do or die.
Here's the starting lineups. Let's start for the Vikings. Faith Dugan, the shortstop, bats leadoff. Ava Hofer, the left fielder, bats second. Rachel Ecoseder is the pitcher, batting third. McKenna Hofer, the catcher, bats cleanup. Lauren Kirby, the first baseman, bats fifth. Addie Smeltzer, the second baseman, bats sixth. Chloe Everett, the designated player, bats in the number 7 spot. Kara Knipper, the right fielder, bats 8th. Avery Brown is the center fielder, and she will bat in the number 9 spot. Eva Vasky is the 10 position there in the lineup. Eva Vasky plays third base. Meanwhile, for Exira-EHK-Audubon, Taryn Peterson, the shortstop, bats leadoff. Anna Larson, the center fielder, bats second. Riley Miller is the pitcher, batting third. Briley Peterson is the first baseman, batting cleanup. Lacey Steinerson is the third baseman, batting fifth. Abby Wanger is the left fielder, batting sixth. Zoe Rasmussen bats in the number 7 spot. She's the catcher. Brenda Nelson, the designated player, batting 8th. Jordan Mulford is the right fielder, plays position number 9, bats number 9 in the lineup. Their number 10 player in the lineup is Aubrey Nelson, the second baseman. You mentioned these teams, lots of numbers that are similar with their top 3. Both teams lead off with their shortstop and has their pitcher batting number 3.
Yeah, it's kind of insane, and the leadoff hitters are super similar too. A lot of speed by both. Like you said, they both play shortstop. Both can hit for power as well. Both have outstanding averages. Both pitchers have lots and lots of strikeouts this year, so it should be a fun one.
EHK wearing their black bottoms. They have the gray tops with that black pinstripe, and of course they've got Vikings across the front of their jerseys. Meanwhile, for the Spartans, it's black and white. Black bottoms and tops. Spartans there in white. Pretty simple color here. Exira-EHK-Audubon is a team that's been ranked in the top 5 all season long. They closed the season ranked number 1. EHK, by the way, started out the year ranked at number 4. Had a bit of a spell in the middle to late part of the season where they dropped a few ball games, still ranked though at number 15, and EHK beating 2 ranked teams to get here to state.
Yeah, so maybe hopefully EHK's kind of on their way back up. Yeah, they started high, dropped a little, like you said, towards the middle end of the season, but 2 great wins over a ranked Key team and a really, really good North Lynn team.
What we really saw from EHK was the experience of their seniors in that regional final and really throughout the postseason for them. That'll be a key because you've got some young kids that are playing, some sophomores that are playing in their first ever state tournament game, and they're basically around the infield for you.
Yeah, so they're going to really lean on their seniors like they did against North Lynn. Lauren Kirby, McKenna Hofer, and of course Rachel Egglesteeder in the circle.
Chloe Everett, Kara Knipper as well, playing for them, contributing as well. So there we have it. Starting lineups. We'll take a break. Opening pitch coming up here from Fort Dodge. You're listening to EHK Tournament Softball from KCTN FM 100 Sports.
Hi, this is Tara Fink, psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner. Helping people, bottom line, is the biggest reason I chose a career in mental health. During my own struggles, it was difficult to find good support in this area. Therefore, I vowed to come back home to help meet the great need for mental health care in Northeast Iowa. I'm available for consultations at both the Walk-On and Postville Clinic locations, offering assessment, diagnosis, and medication management for all mental illnesses.
Exceptional caring people, Veterans Memorial.
EHK Tournament Softball is brought to you in part by Leonard Muller Funeral Home and Crematory in Manchester, Edgewood, and Strawberry Point. The Edgewood Reminder, Evans Chiropractic, Silver Edge Cooperative in Edgewood, Strawberry Point, and Delhi, J&J Land Solutions in Edgewood, the Loena Savings Bank, member FDIC, Bacon Concrete and Post Fill, Furniture Showcase and Allwine, Lighting Showroom, Flooring, Furniture, and Window Treatments, Bruins and James Insurance, the Grinnell Mutual Agent in Monona, and by Rivals Inc., Custom Gear, Screen Printing, Embroidery, and online shopping at rivalsinc.com.
Just about ready to go with our first pitch here from Fort Dodge. It'll be Faith Dugan, Ava Hofer, Rachel Egglesteeder to lead things off here for EHK in the top of the first inning. Meanwhile, for defensively for Exira-EHK, Abby Wanzer is in left field, Anna Larson in center, Jordan Mulford in right field. Around the horn defensively, Lucy Standerson is at third, Taryn Peterson at short, Aubrey Nelson is at second, Briley Peterson is at first base, the catcher is Zoe Rasmussen, and Riley Miller, of course, is the pitcher there for EHK. It's a different state tournament this year. When EHK was here 2 years ago, they only played 2 ball games, and you're still guaranteed to play 2 ball games, but now it's a double elimination tournament. What they do is they take the top teams in the top half of the bracket, those 4 teams play it out, and whoever, again, comes out of those 4 teams plays in the championship game. You have 4 teams on the bottom half of the bracket that are doing the same. Winner of this ball game will actually play tomorrow at about 12:15, where the loser plays in the consolation matchup tomorrow, and that would be at 10:30 in the morning. But again, they can keep their season alive, as if they win, you keep on playing. You could possibly play 5 games just to get, if you lose, and get back to the championship game. So what they've done is adopted the college program.
Yeah, and I really like that. If you lose your first game, you can still win the championship, which I like. You know, if you win, obviously you've got that advantage of some more rest and things like that. But I like what they've done here.
And in some cases, you'll need to have some strong pitching. Well, that certainly would be the case for basically any team that's here. I mean, you look at all the stats there, and it's amazing what you're looking at offensively for both these teams, as far as not only these 2 teams, but also in Class 1A. The teams that are the final 8 here are all teams that were ranked in the final poll. So the Girls Association got this one absolutely right.
Yeah, when you look at the teams that are down here, you've probably got the best 8 teams. You know, we talked about North Lynn possibly being one of those, but you don't have any, you know, what we'd call Cinderella stories here, I don't think.
All right, so the sun shining bright on a warm day in Fort Dodge. Faith Dugan set to lead things off for the Vikings. Dugan this year, outstanding from the leadoff spot. .525 batting average, 4 home runs, and again has driven in 40. So you're talking there, running-wise there, she has done it all with those 4 home runs, too.
Yeah, she's what they would call a 5-tool player for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're ready to go with this, once again, opening round of the Class A ball game, and the first pitch is a rise ball high. The count is 1-0. The other thing you're going to see from pitchers in this is the ability to move pitches. You're not going to have just a flamethrower that's going to throw it down the middle. 1-0 pitch, and Dugan fouls it over the backstop area. The count is a ball and 1 strike. The other thing that's different is until the championship games, all of the Class 1A games are played on the same field, the winner's side and on the loser's side.
Yeah, they've got 5 fields here and 5 classes, so they all stick to their own field till the end.
1-1 pitch to Dugan. It is low and inside, and the count goes to 2 balls and a strike. Exira Elkhorn Kimballton, part of the Western Iowa Conference, actually the 3rd place team in a predominantly 2A conference. 2-1 pitch, taking it high there is Dugan, and the count goes to 3-1. Ironically, the 4th place team in that conference, Logan Magnolia, also made it to state. The top 2 teams in that conference did not. 3-1 pitch, bouncing ball, third baseman Steenerson, long throw across the diamond, out by a step at first base is Dugan. Dugan bounces out to third, and it's 1 up and 1 down for the Vikings.
Yeah, so we know they play in a tough conference for sure.
Absolutely. Ava Hofer, the left fielder, is up to bat. Hofer from the number 2 spot has really been an anchor in that position. Hofer batting-wise this year at .337 has driven in 23 runs. So with 1 quick out in the top of the first inning, first pitch takes it. It's an inside strike. The count is 0-1. We are exactly behind home plate, but just off to the left. But we have a great view over the shoulder of the catcher. And 0-1 is the count. And the 0-1 delivery popped up again over the backstop area, and the count goes to 0-2. Viking fans win the crowd battle. If you look around here, as far as number of fans, not that Exira, Elkhorn, Kimballton, they've brought plenty, but 0-2 is the count. Hofer checks her swing. Did she break? They'll appeal to first base, and she did. It's a called strike number 3, broke the wrist. First strikeout recorded by Miller, and it's out number 2 here in the first.
Yeah, Hofer tried to hold up there, just not able to.
Now, the reason why we can tell that Edco has quite a following down here, they have the neon oranges pink. Is that such a color?
Yeah, I think it's kind of an orange-pink mix.
Rachel Eckelceder is up to bat now. Eckelceder this season, 52 RBI. She leads the Vikings RBI-wise, batting .459 on the season. Takes the first pitch for a ball. 1-0 offering there, hits a pop-up, first base side. Giving chase is going to be Peterson, but that will fall harmfully at the end of the dugout there. Edco's dugout on the first base side, and it's a ball and a strike. So we see some contact here, and that will be key for both these teams. How hard that contact is, it's going to be tough to square things up.
Yeah, both these pitchers, it's going to be tough to hit hard balls off of them.
And here's the 1-1 pitch, slices foul off the right side, and the count is a ball and 2 strikes. Stat-wise, these pitchers don't strike out or don't walk many. Matter of fact, Eckelceder has walked all of 27 all year. Miller has walked all of 32. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It is high, and the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Their numbers strikingly similar, both averaging about a strikeout and a half or so per inning. 2 balls and 2 strikes is the count to Eckelceder. And waiting to work here, Riley Miller. 2-2 pitch. It is low inside, and the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Exira was in Class 2A last year, and they were 16-11 a season ago, but they have certainly taken a step up this year. 3-2 pitch, and it's fouled back by Eckelceder. Very good at bat right now for Eckelceder. Hasn't chased anything. And it's a full count once again at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, and the 2 tough pitches inside she's managed to kind of spoil too.
So, again, a full count with 2 outs here in the top of inning number 1. And Eckelceder digs back into the box as, again, the 3-2 pitch. Eckelceder takes it. It's inside. It's a called strike number 3. Back-to-back Ks for Miller, and that does it for Edco. They go down in order in the top of the first. We played 1/2 inning. Edco nothing. Exira-EHK coming to bat.
Inspiring changes to a happier, healthier you is what we do at Clayton Drug. We are committed to helping you achieve the highest quality of life possible. We are a full-service pharmacy offering services such as med packing to your home or mail delivery and online prescription refill. We also offer a cash pricing program on name brand and generic prescriptions. Call 563-245-2530 to find out more. Clayton Drug, connecting the communities of Elkader, Strawberry Point, and Sumner to serve us all in between.
Being good at life means getting your finances in order so you can focus on the moments that matter most. With over 175 years of experience, New York Life Insurance Company offers insurance and financial solutions you can benefit from while you're well living. For trusted guidance, contact your local agents, Andrew Reimer or Troy Springer with your Vision Financial Group, proudly located and serving the beautiful Guttenberg community. Call Andy or Troy at 563-252-2471. Start planning today for peace of mind tomorrow. Your Vision Financial Group is not owned or operated by New York Life.
Bottom of the first inning, Taryn Peterson, Anna Larson, Riley Miller to lead things off here for Elkhorn Kimballton, Exira Elkhorn Kimballton. Let's line up here the Vikings defensively. Ava Hofer is in left field. In center field will be Avery Brown. In right field, Kara Knipper. Around the horn defensively, Eva Vasky is at third. Faith Dugan at short. You have Eddie Smeltzer at second. Lauren Kirby at first base. The catcher, McKenna Hofer. And Rachel Eckelceder fires our first pitch there, and it hits the batter. It hit Peterson on the elbow. So the leadoff runner on for Exira-EHK-Audubon, and again, she will bring with them a ton of speed as she takes the first pitch, wears it off the elbow.
Yeah, not the way Edco wanted to get started here, because Peterson's probably going on the first pitch.
And again, she is 44 of 45 stolen base-wise this season. So yes, she is a threat to go in this ball game, and will be challenging the catcher here in, once again, McKenna Hofer. So they come in at the corners, they look to bunt, they take it, off and running is Peterson. Good throw to the right side of the bag, but having to come over is Dugan. It was actually throwing short. Dugan tried to catch it and swipe, but the outside slide by Peterson puts her into second base, and a runner in scoring position. They had an opportunity there.
Yeah, it was not a terrible throw, and she didn't steal that standing up or anything.
So a runner into scoring position, taking the pitch for a strike was Larson. Anna Larson this season is batting 31 of 72, squares to bunt, pops it up. That'll hit the screen behind her, and the count is 0-2. It is no surprise here. This is what we expect with many of the teams here, is you're going to play for a run, especially early in the ball game.
Yeah, if you can get a run and get a lead, that's going to be big.
So in
Top
this
Gun
situation,
Customs knows that the insurance company wants you to.
We have an accidental mistake going on there. 0-2 pitch, it's outside for a strike, and the count is a ball and 2 strikes. So finding our way here, we're doing the game with our computer in a bag.
Yeah, it's a little warm today.
So things we don't want to overheat. So there'll be a little glitch here or there, perhaps.
Yeah, trying to keep the sun off of it.
A ball and 2 strikes is the count. 1-2 pitch there, reaching through the outside pitch and swinging through it is Larson. Big strikeout number 1. It's out number 1 here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, and like we talked about in that regional final game, every time Rachel Eggleseder needed a strikeout, she got one, and there she did it again.
Yeah, several times in that ball game, they were able to work out of trouble because of that. So up to bat now is Riley Miller, the opposite pitcher up to bat now here for the Spartans. And this season, Miller batting .449 on the season, and a runner there at second base. First pitch is a rise ball, chased it high. The count is 0-1. A pitch that actually was headed above her head, and quickly getting ahead is Eggleseder.
Yeah, she knew she was a little too aggressive on that swing. Her and her coach sharing a little laugh there.
So 0-1 is the count. Miller, an experienced player for them. And the 0-1 offering outside, reaches for it, cannot get to it, and the count is 0-2. So Eggleseder moving the ball around here. And again, she throws a variety of speeds. You rarely see a changeup from her, just because the variation of her pitches does a lot of that.
And that rise ball is tough.
And again, Coach Eggleseder calls the plays from the dugout. 0-2 pitch, and that ball fisted over the mound of Eggleseder there, and it's going to go into center field. Scoring, standing up will be Peterson. The throw comes in, though. They miss the cutoff, and because of that, Miller goes to second base. It's a base hit and an RBI, fisted into center field, and Exira-EHK-Audubon strikes first, leading 1-0.
Yeah, like you said, he just fisted. Wasn't hit hard, but just enough of it to get through the middle, and unfortunately missing the cutoff allows that runner to get to second.
Yep, so now you've got another runner in scoring position after getting ahead with a couple of strikes there and looking a little bit behind the game. Miller just fisted that ball there. Trying to put up the glove was Eggleseder, but that was able to go into center field.
Yeah, just over her glove.
All right, Maya King will be the runner. So Maya King is the courtesy runner for the pitcher in Riley Miller. And up to bat now is Briley Peterson. There is still just 1 out. Peterson batting .356 on the season. Runner in scoring position as Exira-EHK-Audubon has scored first here in the bottom of the first inning. And Eggleseder, bit of a jam now here. And the pitch there is low. Scoots by Hofer, and going over to third base will be Miller. It'll be a pass ball. It was low, and that doesn't happen very often where the ball slides by McKenna Hofer.
No, that's pretty rare.
So now you've got a runner at third base with 1 out. And Peterson here, her job is to put the ball into play because they are in at the corners but back up the middle. So the Vikings here play normal length up the middle there and would likely concede the run. They look to bunt. The ball is popped up. Hofer in foul territory, able to catch it basket style. Right in front of us. Great turnaround there by Hofer. Knew she had room, plenty of space. Big out number 2. Peterson fouls out into foul territory.
Yeah, huge out there, getting that second out, and hopefully Edco can get out of this with just that 1 run in.
So Lucy Stannerson is up to bat, batting .320 on the season. I think the Vikings would be awful happy to get out of this inning with only 1 run allowed. So 2 outs, a runner at third base. Standerson, the number 5 hitter in the lineup. And Echo Cedar rocks back, and here is your first pitch, and swinging through the inside pitch there is Standerson. The count is 0-1.
Yeah, just threw that one right by her.
Exira, they scored runs. They won the regional final by a score of 12-1. They were dominant in their region, and the number 1 seed again in this Class 1A state tournament. 0-1 pitch to Standerson, chase that rise ball upstairs again, and the count goes to 0-2 now.
Yeah, but I think you throw that pitch one more time.
Yep, twice she's worked her up high.
Yep.
So let's see what Echo Cedar offers as she gets ahead on the count. So 0-2 is the offering. And again, you've got the look in, Echo Cedar to the catcher, McKenna Hofer. Here's your 0-2 pitch. Rise ball swinging right through to Standerson. Second strikeout recorded there by Echo Cedar. That does it for the Spartans in the bottom of the first. But a run, a hit, helped out by a hit batter. We've played one. Elkhorn Kimballton strikes first, leading Edco 1-0.
Hi, this is Cody from Torkelson Motors in Elgin and Walk-On. At Torkelson Motors, we believe that student involvement in activities is a great way to help grow our communities, and we are proud to help sponsor this game for your enjoyment. We've been serving Northeast Iowa since 1926 and appreciate the business that our customers have given us and the support they provide to our area schools and communities. So the next time you are in need of a new or used vehicle or a repair, stop into Torkelson Motors. We've been selling cars the old-fashioned way with a friendly smile and a handshake right here next door in Elgin and Walk-On.
Edco Tournament Softball is brought to you in part by Four Scoops and More, The Edgewood Locker, Tinker-Built Custom Fab and Portable, Lloyd Kelchin Grain, Woods Edge Golf Course, Nick's Excavating and Kane Construction in Farmersburg, T&K Cahoon, your Napa dealer in Monona, St. Olaf Ag Sales and Service, Growl Logs and Lumber in Elkader, Timber is a Crop, Harvest Wisely, Meyer Collision and Service Center in Gothenburg and Elkader, LTI & Sons Water Conditioning, your Connecticut dealer in Postville, and TJ's Pizza in Monona and Claremont. Top of the inning, number 2, and it's 1-0. Exira Elkhorn Kimballton leads Edco. It'll be McKenna Hofer, Lauren Kirby, Addie Smeltzer. That is 4, 5, and 6 to lead things off here in the top of inning number 2. Vikings went down in order in the top half of the first inning, and in the bottom of the first inning, Elkhorn Kimballton, Exira Elkhorn Kimballton. They had a hit batter reach. We talk about how many times a walk leads to a run in an inning, and a hit batter led to a run that inning.
Yeah, especially with the base runner like Taryn Peterson.
First pitch to McKenna Hofer. It is high. The count is 1-0. Hofer this season, .394, was part of the 3 runs they scored against North Lynn in the regional final as she drove in 2 runs and then, of course, reached base and her courtesy runner scored. 1-0 pitch is high. The count is 2-0. So, yes, she was a major factor in that ball game. And it's funny, talking with Coach Huber, who said that maybe she felt like the McKenna felt like she didn't have the type of season that she was hoping to have as a senior, yet still batted .394 on the season.
Still pretty solid.
Yeah. Takes that pitch for a strike. Quickly, the 2-1 pitch, rise ball high, and the count goes to 3 balls and a strike.
And came through big in that regional final.
Yeah, absolutely, especially that double that drove in 2 runs. That was the difference in the game, gave them a 3-1 lead. 3-1 pitch, Hofer takes it. That pitch, upper part of the strike zone, caught it, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. As we mentioned, neither one of these pitchers are going to walk many batters, and their ERAs are just absolutely spectacular. Here's now the 3-2 pitch, high pop-up, edge of the infield. Shortstop Peterson calls, takes a step back, and Hofer pops up in the infield to the shortstop. 1 up and 1 down here in the second as Miller works her way back from a 3-1 deficit.
Yeah, McKenna Hofer just underneath that one.
Lauren Kirby, a senior. Kirby this season, 34 of 108 with a batting average of .315. Like any team, you hope to get production out of your bottom of the lineup, and that certainly has been the case for Edco in the postseason. They have gotten that. First pitch to Kirby, takes a pitch inside for a strike. The count is 0-1. So this is their first time through the lineup. One thing we noticed the other nights in the Northland Edco game, boy, second, third time through the lineup.
Made a difference.
And quite an adjustment. 0-1 pitch, Kirby takes it, called strike on the outside, and the count is very quickly 0-2. So this is really for Miller. She's got a couple of strikeouts here, but she is in control, getting ahead on a batter, 0-2. 0-2 offering there, inside, just misses, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. But again, movement on that pitch that was trying to bring it back towards the strike zone.
Yeah, she does a good job moving the ball around and changing speeds as well.
And a ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 offering, taking the outside pitch for strike number 3 is Kirby. Kirby caught looking. Third strikeout recorded by Miller. 2 quick outs here in the second.
Yep, Edgo's got to start putting some balls into play here.
And that brings up now Addie Smeltzer, the second baseman. Smeltzer this season batting a .333 clip, one of the sophomores. And up to bat here now with 2 outs and very quickly nobody on. First pitch swings. It's a high fly ball. This is to left field. Giving chase is Wanzer, and that ball is gone. Addie Smeltzer with a home run. And in one swing of the bat, the game is 9 tied. Smeltzer's first home run of the season.
Wow, and what a time to do it down at the state tournament. Your team's didn't get off to the best start, and she jump starts this team with that swing.
Edco had 7 home runs all season long. Dugan had 4. Enco Cedar had 3. And a great pitch by Addie Smeltzer to jump on there and put it over the left field fence. Vikings on the board.
Boy, and the sound off the bat, you could tell that was hit well. Just that just beautiful, crisp sound.
Chloe Everett, the designated player, is up to bat. So the Viking crowd, lots of life. You can hear them around us. And they'll try to continue the inning with 2 outs. Miller's first pitch fouled back, and the count is 0-1.
And that should give the rest of her teammates some confidence, too.
Absolutely. So Addie Smeltzer this season, as far as extra base hit-wise, she had a total of 8 extra base hits this season. So hit 1 at the opportune time. 0-1 offering there, taking the pitch low and away is Chloe Everett. Everett batting .302 on the season, had 2 hits in the regional final game against North Lynn. So the game now tied here at once again 1. And this ball fouled back, reaching out for it there was once again Everett. And it is now a ball and 2 strikes. So yeah, this ballpark here, it's about 210 to center, 180 down the line. So similar to most ballparks there.
Yep, little higher fence in left field.
And she hit that just to the left of where there's a bunch of Edco fans in the outfield. 1-2 pitches high. We're evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. This is the 7th spot in the lineup for the Vikings. And Miller trying to get out of it. 2-2 offering to Everett, pops it up, right side of the infield, giving chase to first baseman Peterson. Peterson reaches out for it, just out of her reach as she went over the lip there into the edge of the outfield. Tried to make an over-the-shoulder catch. Great effort, could not get to it though, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, that's a really tough angle to make that catch on.
So we're evened up here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Everett, about the only thing you could do with that pitch is foul it off. Too close to take. Here's now the 2-2 pitch. Swings right through it on the inside pitch. 4th strikeout recorded by Miller. That does it for the Vikings in the top of the second. But the Smeltzer home run knots it up. We've played an inning and a half, tied at 1 here in Fort Dodge.
When making up a to-do list, don't forget to include servicing your car at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Your car should have the best care, and Edie's will make sure of it. Stop in or call 964-2186 to make an appointment. Tires worn out? Well, Edie's can replace them. Need a tow? Call Edie's at 964-2186. Kay, Lynn, and Todd invite you to stop by and fill your car's tank with fuel at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Edie's open 7 a.m. Mondays through Saturdays.
Spring means the start of landscaping and construction season. Before you start any projects, make sure to get your utilities located and marked, including your fiber optic internet lines. Damaging underground lines can result in disruption in service. Call Iowa 811 at least 3 business days in advance of any project. It's free and can save you time and money. And be sure to include Allen McKee Clayton Electric Cooperative in any construction plans. Give us a call at 563-864-7611. Allen McKee Clayton Electric Cooperative, your touchstone energy provider.
Now in the bottom of the second, we're tied at 1. Up to bat now here is number 26 for, once again, Exira Elkhorn-Kimbleton, and that is Abby Wanzer. And waiting for the first pitch here as Rachel Elkelseder in her second inning of work. So here is the first pitch to Wanzer. It's a rise ball. She swings right through it. The count is 0-1. Needless to say, the Smeltzer home run has certainly woke up the Edco crowd. Not that they were quiet to begin with, but there's a little extra oomph in their effort.
And that was a big 2 after getting down a run early.
0-1 is the count. Elkelseder's 0-1 pitch inside, and a tough swing by Wanzer as she tried to kind of inside loop it. Could not get to it, and the count is 0-2.
Yeah, I think they're really struggling with the rise ball, and then when she drops something else in, they're not ready for it.
So 0-2 is now the count. And Echo Cedar ready with your 0-2 pitch. Works it outside. Swinging right through the pitch is Wanzer. It's pronounced Wanzer, we've been informed. And that's the third strikeout by Echo Cedar, and it's out number 1 here in the second.
Yeah, both pitchers pitching really well this game, with the exception of the one pitch that Miller left over the plate to Schmelzer.
Wanzer is batting .284. Zoe Rasmussen, by the way, is up to bat now. She's batting .097. So again, like a lot of teams, just looking for some sort of production they can get from the bottom of their lineup. Pitch there's a rise ball, swinging right through it. There is Rasmussen, and the count is 0-1. So very quickly, bottom of the second inning on a very warm day here in Fort Dodge. Did not get the heavy rains that Northeast Iowa saw. A few sprinkles here, but looks like the rain is nowhere near us. 0-1 pitch inside, just misses at the knees, and it's now a ball and a strike. But it has allowed the temperature to soar. Up to 98 degrees is the high today, with a heat index of 107.
Yeah.
And we're getting about every inch of that right now.
We feel it all.
1-1 rise ball, chasing a pitch above the head. Rasmussen couldn't climb the ladder to get that one and would have needed a ladder.
Yeah, that was above her eyes there.
And the count is a ball and 2 strikes. So again, Echo Cedar getting ahead, always a good thing. So 1-2 is the pitch. Echo Cedar's 1-2 pitch. Inside, called strike 3. Rasmussen caught looking. 4th strikeout recorded by Echo Cedar. And it's out number 2 here in the second.
Yeah, we're getting exactly what we thought we'd get out of these two pitchers.
Yep, not disappointing at all. Brennan Nelson, the designated player, is up to bat. Nelson is actually batting .429, but has only had 7 at-bats this season. So she's a kid that's worked her way into the lineup. Here you go, young kid. Here's your chance. It's the state tournament.
Yep.
Step up.
Step up against the All-Stater.
And the pitch is a rise ball away, and the count is 1-0. So basically playing in the tournament for Exira-Elkhorn-Kimballton. Listed as Exira-EHK-Audubon in Audubon County, by the way. Audubon is here at the state tournament, by the way, in a different class. 1-0 pitch inside. The count is 2-0. But again, making it to state this year for Edco. 2 years ago they were here, and you bring back enough that played in that ball game to get some experience. 2-0 pitch there, taking that pitch for a strike is Nelson, and the count is 2 balls and a strike. But it really helps the fact that some of your older players, like we mentioned who they were earlier for Edco, have been through this experience, helps their younger kids.
Yeah.
2-1 pitch, swinging through the outside pitch is Nelson. And Nelson, to be honest with you, just kind of went through the motions reaching for that outside pitch.
Some of these middle to bottom order hitters aren't looking super confident up there.
2 balls and 2 strikes is the count. Your 2-2 offering, rise ball, and the good job by Nelson staying away from that. But you're going to see this again. 3 balls, 2 strikes. As when Echo Cedar gets ahead, she knows I can always throw a strike, right?
And that's that rise ball is a pitch a lot of them have chased so far.
So here's now the 3-2 pitch. Rise ball called strike 3. Echo Cedar strikes out the side here in the second. 5 Ks on the night so far. We've played 2, tied at 1 with Edco and Exira-EHK.
Strawberry Building Supply offers all your building materials for residential and commercial projects. Whether you're building from the ground up, remodeling your home, or a weekend project, we have the materials you'll need. We are an authorized Milwaukee dealer for all your Milwaukee tools. Strawberry Building Supply also has everything you'll need for your pets and livestock. Stop into Strawberry Building Supply today at 413 West Mission Street, Strawberry Point, or call 563-933-4579.
Edco Tournament Softball is brought to you in part by Carl's Grocery, Wolfie's Retreat Dog Grooming, Boarding, and Daycare in Manchester, Lone Pine Golf Course and Country Club, The Market, a division of Kendrick Inc., Nutrient Ag Solutions, Farmer Savings Bank of Colesburg, Elkport Garber, Strawberry Point, Arlington, Elgin, and Wadena, member FDIC, Thompson Construction and Monona Overhead Door, Dean Family Chiropractic in Claremont, Myers Auto Service in Monona, Clayton County Recycling in Monona, Culligan Water Conditioning in Elkader, Fisk Farm and Home in Monona, Cresco, and Decorah, and Car Auto Group online at karautogroup.com.
So here we are, top of the third inning already. We're tied at 1. For Edco, 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. Same thing for Exira-Elkhorn-Kimballton. 1 run, 1 hit, and no errors. Edco has, with Echo Cedar on the mound, has struck out 5, and the Spartans with Miller on the mound has struck out 4. Kara Knipper is up to bat, the number 8 hitter, followed by Avery Brown, then the top of the lineup with Faith Dugan. First pitch there to Knipper is a strike. The count is 0-1. Knipper, a senior outfielder, batting average there has gotten up to about around the 200 level in the season, and takes this pitch and lines that over the head of the shortstop Peterson. It's into left center field. Leadoff hit there for Knipper. Second hit of the day for the Vikings. Leadoff for a run here in the third.
Yeah, that's big, and we talk about the bottom of the order contributing, and Kara Knipper does.
And if you're talking about Knipper, certainly a threat to always run, but I think what they're going to do here is bring in a pinch runner in this situation. Now, this would be a pinch runner, and it will be Jenna Hamann coming in as the pinch runner. So you have a couple of other girls who will be the courtesy runners for the catcher as well as the pitcher as well. One of those, of course, is you will see Faith Kirby as one of the runners, and Josie Deers will be the other runner. They're courtesy runners. That's who they're designated for the catcher and for the pitcher. And so Hamann, this is an entry, but you figure Knipper is going to re-enter the ballgame.
Yeah, and Jenna Hamann usually comes in and runs for the first person that gets a base hit.
Yep, Avery Brown up to bat. She looks to square to bunt, pops it up there, but it is foul. The ball about eye level, but went after it and almost lined it as the third baseman came charging in, but was in foul territory, and she'll need that pitch to be down a little bit if there's any hope of putting that down.
Yeah, she's got to lay off that one.
And Brown's only job here is to get that bunt down. She, by the way, has 3 sacrifices on the season. 0-1 pitch, bunts, pops it up. This is trouble. It's going to be a double play. It's caught by the first baseman, Peterson. Hamann off and running. They fire it to first base, and it's a double play. Popped up the ball, and just like that, 2 outs and nobody on.
Yep, you could kind of just see that one coming there. Brown didn't look real confident getting that bunt down, and Jenna Hamann was off and running on contact.
And the second baseman, Nelson, right where was she supposed to be, covering first base on that bunt attempt. So Faith Dugan up to bat quickly with 2 outs here. Dugan takes the first pitch, swings right through the inner portion of the plate, and the count is 0-1.
A healthy cut by Dugan there.
Yeah, and again, she does have that home run potential. After seeing Smeltzer hit one, she may look a little bit harder at that. 0-1 pitch, it's a rise ball there, and it's a ball and a strike.
Yeah, she knows it's she's very capable of doing that.
Evened up at 1-1, and the 1-1 pitch to Dugan takes it high. It's 2 balls and a strike. Dugan bounced out to third. She is 0 for 1 in this ball game, and again, her batting average still over 500 on the season. That is just amazing. Has that left foot back in the box. 2-1 offering there, takes it high and away, and the count is 3-1. Has the right foot towards the edge, the plate part of the strike zone or the batter's box, but that left foot is wide, and then she steps into things. 3-1 pitch, swings right through the inside pitch there. Low, couldn't get to it, and the count is evened up at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, kind of an open stance when she gets in the box and then closes it as the pitcher begins her delivery.
So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Dugan. 3-2 offering, pops it up, foul territory. Catcher Rasmussen stays inside that center square, makes the catch there in foul territory, and that does it for the Vikings. No runs a hit, they leave nobody. 2.5, we're tied at 1.
Strawberry Building Supply offers all your building materials for residential and commercial projects. Whether you're building from the ground up, remodeling your home, or a weekend project, we have the materials you'll need. We are an authorized Milwaukee dealer for all your Milwaukee tools. Strawberry Building Supply also has everything you'll need for your pets and livestock. Stop into Strawberry Building Supply today at 413 West Mission Street, Strawberry Point, or call 563-933-4579.
Hey, Justin Birdnow here from Birdnow Chevrolet in Monona. I want to take a moment to wish all the local athletes good luck during their game. You have worked incredibly hard, and it shows during each game. Myself and the entire Birdnow Chevrolet Monona team is wishing you all that you do your best and good luck.
We now go to the bottom of the third inning, tied at 1. Exira will take on, set up there, actually. It'll be 9-1-2 in their lineup. That is the part of the lineup that scored their first run in the bottom of the first inning. So Exira-EHK and Edco tied at 1 here in the bottom of the third inning. And again, you have the bottom of the lineup with Mulford to lead things off. Mulford this season, and again wearing number 3 tonight. They've got a couple of girls that actually wear different numbers from time to time. And it is, again, Mulford up to bat here. And she'll wait the first pitch. Bottom of the lineup type hitter for them. And the first pitch from Eckelceder takes a pitch at the knees, strike on the outside. The count is 0-1. Mulford, been kind of a second leadoff hitter for them. With about a .333 batting average. So at the bottom of the lineup, she is their one hitter that has made pretty good contact throughout much of the season.
And a lot of coaches will do that.
Yeah.
They'll put a pretty good hitter at 9 to kind of, like you said, jumpstart that top of the order again.
Our umpire is taking time for a second, needs to adjust things, and I think they have
I think the re-entry to Tara Knipper is what they're making
and
sure they had that straight.
Yeah, he did not have that down in his book. So our umpire took time for that. And the count is 0-1 to Mulford. Echo Cedars 0-1 pitch. Mulford a late swing on the outside, did not get to it. And again, Echo Cedar gets ahead with the count at 0-2.
Yeah, these bottom of the order hitters have been behind Echo Cedars' fastball.
So again, getting ahead with a lot of hard stuff here. 0-2 is the count. The 0-2 pitch, rise ball, trying to chase it up high as Mulford. That is 5 in a row, struck up by Echo Cedar. Strikeout number 6 and out number 1 here in the bottom of the third.
Yeah, and you would say you're surprised, but we've seen this so many times out of her, it's not surprising.
So that brings up Taryn Peterson, who is the shortstop. Peterson hit by a pitch on the first pitch of the ball game for Edco. And she later scored after a stolen base and a base hit. So with 1 out, first pitch there, swings right through it. The count is 0-1. So Peterson never really got a chance to see Echo Cedar what she had in the first inning.
This is pretty much her first at bat.
Yeah. And Echo Cedar gets ahead with a count at 0-1. And again, balls at the hip. Here's now your 0-1 offering. And a high major league pop-up. This is to shallow left field. Dugan, the shortstop, goes back. Called off by the left fielder, Ava Hofer, who makes the play. I mean, a major league fly ball to shallow left field. Great communication there by Hofer, calling it, making the play, and 2 quick outs.
Yeah, that was the best thing for Edco there in my mind, because they've had a couple times in this tournament run where they haven't had great communication in the outfield, but great job by Ava Hofer calling Dugan off there and making the play.
And again, sometimes you haven't had to make a lot of plays, but they made a play there that they needed to.
I wonder if communication was maybe a point of emphasis the last week of practice.
Anna Larson is up to bat. She was a strikeout victim. First pitch there is a rise ball away, and the count is 1-0. So now, second time through the lineup for both these teams. And here in the bottom of the third inning, 2 quick outs as Edco has retired the 9-1 spots in the lineup. 1-0 offering. And Echo Cedar now, your 1-0 pitch is low and away, and the count is 2-0. As I mentioned, they call the pitches from the dugouts, and then you have Echo Cedar and also Hofer. They each have wristbands that they wear, basically. That has what pitch where it's supposed to go, location, what pitch is being called. 2-0 offering there, popped up out of play, and it's 2 balls and a strike. It actually did stay in play, and it's tracked down by Vasky up against the fence. So 2-1 is the count. Great setup, this Farm Bureau field. All of the fields here, incredible.
Yeah, what a beautiful complex they have here.
And everybody wants to end up playing on Championship Field, which would be on Friday for the classes. 2-1 pitch, taking a pitch, strike on the outside corner there is Larson, and the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. So needless to say, Echo Cedar has done a great job getting ahead in counts, or in this case at least even, at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yep, battled herself back here.
And here is now your 2-2 offering. Rise ball, but staying disciplined was Larson. Too far, too high to try to do anything with, and the count now goes to full.
Yeah, that's one some of them have been chasing, but good job by Larson not chasing that one.
So 3 balls and 2 strikes. And here is Echo Cedars, 3-2 pitch, outside, called strike 3. Caught looking is Larson. That's the 7th strikeout recorded by Echo Cedar. And again, EHK goes down in order. We've played 3, tied at 1 in the 1A opener.
Central State Bank provides a complete line of lending services to help you get the best out of life. From home mortgages and equity loans to vehicle and personal loans. We have expert lending professionals who will work with you to provide options to address your needs. At Central State Bank, you won't deal with a branch or department. You'll deal with a banker who is dedicated to you. Central State Bank, member FDIC.
Edco Tournament Softball is brought to you in part by Community Insurance with offices in Edgewood and Delhi, Citizen State Bank of Monticello, Hopkinton, Ryan, Manchester, Winthrop, Strawberry Point, Springville, and New Vienna, member FDIC and equal housing lender. Blooms, Flowers, Gifts, and more in Edgewood. Edgewood Convalescent Home and Lincolnwood Assisted Living. Northeast Iowa Sub Drains in Strawberry Point. Rockwell Appliance and TV, the home of quality service with the lowest price guaranteed in Prairie du Chien, Waukon, Decorah, and Viroqua. Elkader Chiropractic Center, Dr. Jamie Hammersland. Innovative Ag Services in Elkader, Monona, and Waukon. Norby's Farm Fleet in Northeast Iowa. And Guttenberg Municipal Hospital and Clinic. Check out career opportunities at guttenberghospital.org.
Already, top of the fourth inning, we're tied at 1. Ava Hofer, Rachel Eckelceder, McKenna Hofer, 2, 3, and 4 in the Viking lineup. This is their second time through. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors for Exira-Elkhorn-Kimballton. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors for Edgewood-Colesburg right now. In this ball game right now, Eckelceder has struck out 7 in the first 3 innings, and Miller has struck out 4 through the first 3 innings. And Ava Hofer set to lead things off. Hofer was one of those strikeout victims. So again on the mound here is Riley Miller entering her 4th inning of work. And again, she gets the call from the catcher. She wears a smaller wristband. First pitch there is high and away to Hofer, and the count is 1-0.
Yeah, we talk about similarities, and it looks like pitch calling is similar too between the two teams.
Almost looks like Exira-Elkhorn-Kimballton has like a pitch comm type thing. 1-0 offering. It's low and inside. The count is 2-0. As it looks like an Apple smartwatch on their wrist, doesn't it?
Kind of, yeah.
So, and I believe their pitches also being called from the dugout as well. So, yeah, I think it's a pitch comm device. 2-0 pitch, rise ball, and good discipline by Hofer. Realized that pitch was upstairs, and the count goes to 3-0 right now.
And that was a good pitch by Riley Miller because that started in the zone but ended up out of the zone.
So, ahead on the count is Hofer, likely taking 3-0. She takes, and it is a strike on the outside corner, and it's 3 balls and a strike. Again, some hitters, I would say Eckelceder and Dugan come to mind that probably get the green light on 3-0. And Addie Smeltzer would say, well, what about me?
Yeah, after this game, she might.
3-1 pitch and trying to check her swing and stopping is Hofer, but it's a called strike anyway. She was tempted. It was a strike regardless. And just like that, Miller has worked the count back to full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. So quickly, your 3-2 offering to Hofer. It's a high fly ball. This is to center field. Drifting back is the center fielder Larson. Straightaway center field, able to camp underneath it. Hofer hit a deep fly ball, deepest part of the park, but tracked down easily by Larson, and that's the first out here in the 4th.
Yeah, Hofer got the meat of the bat on that one. Just a slight bit under it, but good piece of hitting there.
Brings up Rachel Eckelceder. Eckelceder, a rare strikeout victim in the 1st inning. When we talk about striking out wise this year, she had only struck out 4 times all season. First pitch there, loops this into right field. That ball is going to fall in for a base hit. So a 1-out single. Eckelceder blooped it into right field. 3rd hit of the ball game for the Vikings. They've got a 1-out base runner, and that will bring in a courtesy runner here for the Vikings.
Yep, and I believe, is it Josie Deers that
should
runs
be,
first?
If the rotation continues, it should be Josie Deers. Now, a lot of times it's hard to tell because Deers wears 21. Kirby wears 20, and they're awful similar. Both girls have ponytails, but yes, it is indeed the courtesy runner there in Josie Deers. And the thinking is whoever reaches first, if the pitcher reaches first or the catcher reaches first, Deers is the first runner.
Yep.
And then the second one will automatically be Faith Kirby. Yep. And we've already seen Hammond. She's the 3rd running.
She's kind of the 3rd option.
And she is the pinch runner.
Yep.
So McKenna Hofer is up to bat, takes the pitch, and it is a strike, and the count is 0-1. Hofer popped out to short. If you're talking stolen base-wise this year, Deer's one of those kids that has great stolen base potential. As she's in double digits. 0-1 pitch there, pops it up. Hofer does, up against the netting behind home plate, and the count is quickly 0-2. Now, Exira-Elkhorn-Kimballton was playing in 1st and 3rd, expecting a bunt, but there was no sign of that. They'll now go back to normal position on the corners. So here's now your 0-2 pitch to Hofer, rise ball, and it's, again, out of the strike zone, and Hofer, a disciplined hitter, makes the count at a ball and 2 strikes.
And I think that's why Hofer was trying to jump on those early ones because you didn't have to hit it too hard to get it by 3rd base.
And here's now your 1-2 pitch to Hofer, and she hits a high fly ball. This is shallow right center field. Coming in is the center fielder Larson. Larson drops the ball. However, it lands at her feet. She picks it up and gets the force out at second base. Josie Deers just really hung out to dry. Couldn't go too far off of first base there. It's not an error. It's a fielder's choice on the play. So McKenna Hofer takes over at first base, and now we will see the other pinch runner coming in, courtesy runner in Faith Kirby.
Yeah, nothing Deers could do on that one.
So Deers is recorded out on an 8-6. So the shortstop was covering the bag there, and Hofer ends up being safe on the fielder's choice. But again, Faith Kirby is now the runner. Lauren Kirby is up to bat. Of course, in the ball game the other night, Lauren Kirby had that base hit, which actually drove in Faith Kirby. The sisters got together there for a huge run in that game.
Yeah, that was big.
So with 2 outs, Vikings still with a runner at first base. You're talking about running against Exira-Elkhorn-Kimballton. They've got a catcher that has thrown out 8. and allowed 26 steals. First pitch fouled back there. The count is 0-1. McKenna Hofer has only allowed just a little over into double digits steal-wise this year.
Yeah, maybe Peterson and Dugan might be the only two we see go tonight.
0-1 is the count, and we'll see. The only other chance may be Vasky.
Yeah, Vasky.
0-1 pitch, taking it high is Kirby, and it's a ball and a strike. Kirby was a strikeout victim back in the second inning. Runner at first base there again is Faith Kirby, and showing no signs yet of going. And here is now your 1-1 offering from Miller, swinging through the upside pitch there. It was outside and high. Kirby could not get to it, and it's a ball and 2 strikes right now. And you see the signs coming in from Coach Huber at third base with 2 strikes. Maybe more of a threat to go here is Faith Kirby. And here's your 1-2 pitch. She is not going. The pitch is high, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. They use the number system, as Coach Huber will give them numbers. And again, as an opposing coach, there's different combinations. Tough to figure out.
Yep.
2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch to Kirby. Takes that pitch outside and away. Miller took a step towards the dugout. She thought it was there, and the count is 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Miller wanted that one, but I think it was a little bit outside.
Just leaning towards the dugout a bit. She'll reset now with the count at full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here is now your 3-2 offering. Inside, it is ball number 4. They threw it down to second base, but the count was full. Deers was going anyway. The ball knocked down at second base doesn't mean anything. That is the first walk issued by Miller. And now runners on second and first. And up to bat is Addie Smeltzer here. Smeltzer is the lone responsibility there for Edco on the scoreboard in this ball game. She hit a solo home run in the second inning. 2 outs, runners on second and first. You do have good speed on the base pass here as Addie Smeltzer steps up to the plate here for the Vikings. And Miller issued her first walk there. First pitch to Kirby, it's outside and away, and the count is 1-0.
Yeah, now would be a time to get the meat of the bat on it again.
This is an opportunity for Edco. First time they've put a runner on second base in this ball game with Kirby at second, and now time taken here by Coach Peterson. And I think there was a little miscommunication, maybe what they wanted sign-wise there, so he takes time. I see him having a conversation, Rasmussen with the catcher, and they were kind of animating at each other there. You saw the hands being thrown up there, and not sure.
Yeah, someone was on the wrong page, I think, there.
And I think Coach Peterson taking a well-timed timeout here to bring in not only the entire infield, but have that conversation so they're clear exactly what they want to do with the first pitch ball to Addie Smeltzer.
Yeah, and maybe settle down Riley Miller a little bit here after issuing a walk and starting with the ball.
So 1-0 is the count. Second and first, 2 outs for the Vikings. Smeltzer is the number 6 hitter in their lineup. So Kirby's at second and Kirby's at first. That's Faith at second, Lauren at first. 1-0 pitch to Smeltzer, takes it inside, it's a strike, and the count is a ball and a strike. As Smeltzer at that time, that ball wasn't that far away from her left arm as she kind of crouches over the plate a little bit.
A lot of these hitters get really tight to that inside corner.
1-1 pitch high, and the count goes to 2-1. But Addie Smeltzer looks very confident at the plate here.
You've got to be after hitting a home run.
2 balls and a strike. And for the Spartans here, their first real jam. 2-1 pitch, and that ball fouled back. Good cut by Kirby. It was a pitch at the knees. Got a piece of it, evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, another good cut by Schmelzer there. Yeah, she looks really confident.
And we talked about this, that Edco's bottom of the lineup has just looked better as the season has went on, and especially here in the tournament. 2 balls and 2 strikes is the count. Miller, the 2-2 pitch, change up and just misses outside. Her first changeup, and I got to be honest with you, that was a beauty, but just outside, and the count goes to full at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, it totally caught Addie Schmelzer off guard. If that would have caught a little bit of the plate, it would have been a strikeout.
A bit of a sigh as that one went by. 3-2 pitch, rise ball, it is outside, it is ball number 4. So the bases are loaded, back-to-back walks from Miller, and with 2 outs, up to bat is Chloe Everett. Everett, a strikeout victim her last inning. So the Vikings here have the bases loaded, a golden opportunity here in the top of the 4th, even though there are 2 outs.
Yeah, this is what you want. You got runners on. You got your designated batter up. Let's see if Chloe Everett can drive them in.
Everett, a strikeout victim last at bat, and she again is one of the seniors for them. Trying to come through the big hit here like she did in the regional final. First pitch lifts a high pop-up. That'll make it out of play over the Edco dugout up the first base side, and the count is 0-1. But I'd say you've got the 7th spot up in the lineup, and it's great to have a senior up to bat.
Yeah, for sure. She knows what she's doing with the bat up there.
0-1 is the count. We mentioned had 2 base hits against North Lane in the regional final. Base hit here gives Edco the lead. 0-1 offering, pops it up out of play. We'll do it again. It did catch the top of the net, so the count is still 0-2 as Miller now getting ahead after back-to-back walks.
Yeah, good job by Miller starting ahead on this batter.
So bases loaded here with 2 outs. And again, taking time now here is Everett, who gets back into the box. Miller with your 0-2 offering, and it's fisted into right field. That's a base hit. Hustling down to first base is Chloe Everett. They'll try to score a second run. Wade from second, and scoring is Lauren Kirby. The Kirby sisters score. It's a base hit. 2 RBIs for Chloe Everett, and it is 3-1. Edco in the lead.
Yeah, huge hit by Chloe Everett there. Again, it's not always how hard you hit it. I've said this many times. She just found some green grass out there over the first baseman's head and drives in the Kirby girls.
She went for the outside pitch there and just eased it into right field. So there's runners on the corners, and you knew the Vikings were going to stay aggressive on the base pass. The throw came in there, not in time, as Lauren Kirby able to slide in before the ball even got to the catcher. But they stayed aggressive, and it's suddenly 3-1 here. Edco, the 8 seed, leads the top seed Exira, Elkhorn-Kimballton.
Yeah, and we have Vasky running for Everett, and I bet she's going to probably go here.
And again, this is your entry for the designated player.
Right.
So this is Vasky as the 10 spot entering the lineup to run for the designated player. But yes, she has to be off and moving. Kara Knipper bunts. They drop the ball as it comes in, and Vasky will stroll into second base. So over at third base is Addie Smeltzer. Chloe Everett, being replaced again by Vasky, is now at second base. So Vasky is at second. Kara Knipper took the first pitch for a ball. Knipper singled her last at-bat. Here is now your 0-1 pitch. It is low, and a nice stop that time by Rasmussen. Went goalie down to the knees there and blocked the 5-hole and kept that ball in front.
Yeah, great job by Rasmussen, because Smeltzer's got decent speed on third.
Ball and a strike is the count. And your 1-1 offering, bouncing ball, shortstop fielding it in the hole. Peterson, long throw across the diamond, and they just get Knipper out by a step. And that does it for the Vikings. But they pick up 2 runs. They do it on 2 hits. They strand 2. We now go to the bottom of the 4th. Edco, their first lead of the night at 3-1.
Mom, yeah, put that on my to-do list. There is more and more on my to-do list every day. I can hardly keep up, and I have to make sure everyone is paid. But who has time for the bills?
You know who can help with that?
Who?
EHK Tax and Bookkeeping. They not only do taxes, but specialize in bookkeeping services as well. Has your to-do list gotten too long? Want help? Give EHK Tax and Bookkeeping a call at 563-245-2154.
TNT Power Sports sells and services all makes and models of UTVs and ATVs. We have a nice selection of clean used units available along with new units. Contact Brian, Sawyer, or Tracy for your next UTV or ATV purchase. To keep your UTV or ATV in top-notch condition for work or play, schedule your service work with Brian or Nathan by calling 563-245-1100 or stop into TNT Power Sports north of Elkader on Highway 13 for all your sales or service work.
Bottom of the 4th inning, Edco leads 3-1. Riley Miller, Briley Peterson, and Lucy Stannerson to lead things up. That is 3, 4, and 5 to lead things off here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Vikings put together 2 runs. They get a key 2-out hit to lead 3-1 in the top of the 4th inning. We're now in the bottom of the 4th. Miller has the lone Spartan hit. That was a single which drove in their only run of the ball game back in the 1st inning. So they've got 3, 4, and 5 leading things off here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And here is the offering now from Echo Cedar. It's a pitch inside. The count is 1-0. Edco seemed better prepared second time through the lineup. This is the second time through the lineup for the Spartans.
Yeah, so we'll see if they can get a rally going here.
And 1-0 is the count facing the number 3 hitter. And here is now your 1-0 pitch, and that ball fisted. That's going to go into center field. It's a base hit. Hit the edge of the infield, then rolled out. Miller has both of the hits for Exira Elkhorn-Kimballton, but the leadoff runner on here in the bottom of the 4th.
Yep, good start for the Spartans here with the single.
So Peterson will be replaced by her courtesy runner, and they wait for Peterson to come on off the field. And coming in to run once again for her will be Zoe Rasmussen. So number 11, a correction there, it's actually Maya King. Maya King, number 11. Rasmussen listed in the program as number 11 or number 15. But tonight they're wearing their other jerseys that say that it is, again, number 11 is once again Maya King. So King is the runner, and Briley Peterson is up to bat, popped out in foul territory to the catcher, her previous at-bat. Leadoff runner on for the second time in this game for the Spartans. Pitch downstairs. The count is 1-0. If you're talking about whether or not they're going to be aggressive running, King is 9 of 9 stolen base-wise here, but again, it's been such a tough battery to run against here. Echo Cedar and Hofer. And again, you got a good arm behind the plate. You've got a good arm delivering the ball. 1-0 rise ball. Trying to chop at it was Peterson. It's up high. Ball scooted a step or two away from Hofer, but she's able to barehand it and then rifle it back to Echo Cedar. It's a ball and a strike.
Yep, jumped on that one quick.
So 1-1 is the count. And Echo Cedar with the count evened up. Nobody out. And your 1-1 offering, rise ball, swinging right through it there is Peterson. A couple of times she's worked her high.
Yep.
And the count is 0-2.
She's gotten Peterson to go after that high pitch a few times.
Peterson and the leadoff hitter, Taryn Peterson, are the only two Spartans that have not been struck out by Echo Cedar in this game. So a ball and 2 strikes is the count. Your 1-2 offering popped up over the backstop area out of play. It's a ball and 2 strikes. So especially after this part of the lineup, here from the 5 spot on down are a combined 0 for 5 with 5 strikeouts.
Yeah, so they're looking to get something out of Briley Peterson here.
1-2 is now the count. So Echo Cedar now, your 1-2 offering. Rise ball swinging right through it is Peterson. Big lead off of first base there by King, but she's able to get back. Strikeout number 8 again for Echo Cedar, and it's out number 1 as Peterson goes down swinging.
Yep, again, we've said it many times. Every time she needs one, she seems to be able to get one.
Yep, that was the case against North Lynn. There was 2 innings able to get huge strikeouts. Lucy Standerson, a strikeout victim, is up to bat. Runner at first base. First pitch to Sanderson. She bunts, lays it down, charging the third baseman Vasky, bobbles it, but able to grip it. Throw it to first base there. They get the out there. They throw it behind the runner King at second base as she turned to take a step towards third, but she scampers back to second base. And they continue to play for a run on a sacrifice bunt for Standerson, but now 2 outs and a ball fielded well by Vasky.
Yeah, Vasky did a good job with it. She lost the grip for a second, but re-gripped it and fired it over to first. Knew she has a good arm and plenty of time there.
Never rushed herself at all on the play, confident in making that play, charging in from third base. So Abby Wanzer is up to bat, the left fielder. She was a strikeout victim. So 2 outs, runner in scoring position here for the Spartans. First pitch there, swinging right through it is Wanzer, and it's a strike. The count is 0-1. And again, Echo Cedar has dominated this part of the lineup, at least the first time through.
Yep, the first time through. Well, we'll see if EHK is able to make some adjustments here.
0-1 is the count. Echo Cedar's 0-1 offering, rise ball, and a good disciplined job there by Wanzer, staying away from the outside pitch. And the count goes to 1-1.
Yeah, she thought about going after that one.
And it's, again, in the game of softball, you expect a low-scoring ball game, and you wonder why they're bunting with 1 out, but you're playing for a run.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially with this part of the lineup. 1-1 pitch, rise ball swinging right through it is Wanzer, and the count is 1-2. Echo Cedar, the 2 strikes she's got are pitches there nobody's going to get to.
Yeah, and going against this pitcher as well. Runs are at a premium here.
So a ball and 2 strikes here with 2 outs. Again, that runner is at second. Echo Cedar trying to end things here in the bottom of the 4th. Here's your 1-2 offering, rise ball, and staying back was Wanzer. Tried to see if she could get her to chase one more, but that one stayed away, evened up at 2-2.
Yeah, she took a little look at it, but able to hold up.
So discipline there. 2 balls and 2 strikes is the count. Good speed at second base in King. So I would think anything to the outfield, they would likely send her. 2-2 pitch, rise ball, swinging right through it there is Wanzer. Strikeout number 9 recorded by Echo Cedar. And that does it for the Spartans in the bottom of the 4th. No runs a hit, they leave 1. We've played 4, 3-1. Vikings in the lead.
NEAT is connecting more and more homes and businesses to reliable fast broadband internet in Northeast Iowa. NEAT's fiber optic network has expanded and is now offering speeds up to 1 gig in and around Monona, Luena, St. Olaf, Farmersburg, Postville, and surrounding rural areas. NEAT Fiber provides high-quality internet, television, and telephone services at the speed of light. For more information on how to upgrade your speed and services, visit NEITEL.com or call today 877-638-2122. NEAT, connecting you now.
Edco Tournament Softball is brought to you in part by Leonard Muller Funeral Home and Crematory in Manchester, Edgewood, and Strawberry Point. The Edgewood Reminder, Evans Chiropractic, Silver Edge Cooperative in Edgewood, Strawberry Point, and Delhi, J&J Land Solutions in Edgewood, the Loena Savings Bank, member FDIC, Bacon Concrete and Post Fill, Furniture Showcase and All Wine, Lighting Showroom, Flooring, Furniture, and Window Treatments, Bruins and James Insurance, the Grinnell Mutual Agent in Monona, and by Rivals Inc., Custom Gear, Screen Printing, Embroidery, and online shopping at rivalsinc.com.
So we now go here to the top of the 5th inning, 3-1. Edco in the lead, and we have time here. We got a hydration break. How about this?
Yeah, kind of reminiscent of the World Cup.
Yeah, I was just thinking it's so hot today. And at the middle, after 4 innings, they decided to give everybody a hydration break. Even our umpires here.
I may have misheard the announcement, but I think they said they're going to do this at the end of every complete inning.
The rest of the way?
The rest of the way. So I think after the bottom of the 5th, 6th, and 6th, obviously, but unless it's tied in the 7th, they don't need to do it. But, yeah.
All right. So, again, they give them a little breather here. And, again, there's some time scheduled between the games now. It's a little bit easier. Before, they basically only had like an hour 45.
Yeah.
But now this game started at noon. The next game, which, again, the Class 1A schools are not playing at the same time. Used to be you had 2 games going on at the same time in the same class.
Yep.
But that won't be the case here. It'll be the 1A schools staying on this diamond throughout, and the next game doesn't start till 2:15.
Yeah, so a little bit of a safety issue here. They're making sure the girls are staying hydrated, and the fans as well. They don't have to sit in the stands. They can find some shade, find some water quick here too.
Yeah, so that's a great idea. And again, we mentioned it's warm back home. Don't get me wrong, but it's another notch higher out here today.
Yeah.
I know our temperature was into the mid 90s with a high of 98, but the big concern is the heat index. The other thing is there was a slight chance of rain today, but that has moved out and the sun just beaten down.
Yeah, it's not a cloud in sight right now, so we're not going to get much relief as far as shade.
All right, let's kind of do a game reset to this point. As again, Edco leads 3-1 through 4 innings. Story of this ball game: Elkhorn Kimballton, Exira-EHK scored first. Taryn Peterson was hit by a pitch, stole second, then scored on a base hit by Riley Miller to make the lead 1-0. But the Vikings, an unlikely power source in the top of the 2nd inning. And that was once again Addie Smeltzer. Smeltzer hit a solo home run, her first of the year, tied the game at 1. We stayed that way till the top of the 4th inning. And then it was Edco put together their best inning. And they did this with 2 outs, by the way. McKenna Hofer reached on a fielder's choice. Faith Kirby came in to run for her. But the big story was Kirby and Smeltzer drawing walks. Then Chloe Everett drove in 2 runs on a 2-strike count, by the way.
Yeah.
Drove in 2 runs as Faith and Lauren Kirby both scored. And that is the difference in this ball game right now, 3-1, as we are here now in the later stages of the ball game, now in the top of the 5th inning. And for Edco, the Vikings will send up this inning 9-1-2. Avery Brown, Faith Dugan, and Ava Hofer. So again, that is 9-1-2. They sent 7 to the plate in the top of the 4th inning. Later stages of the ball game, they continue to play for a run and looking for some insurance runs now.
Yeah, and that home run by Eddie Schmelzer was just huge because the Edco girls didn't look confident. 3 of their first top 5 struck out, and then Eddie Schmelzer comes up and just cranks a home run on the first pitch, and I think it gave the Edco girls just new life.
So Avery Brown is up to bat. Brown, by the way, was popped out to the catcher, the left-handed hitting center fielder, and leads things off here in the top of the 5th inning as we return to action. I think they gave him, about a 3-minute break there?
Yep, that's what they announced. There's going to be 3 minutes at the bottom of each inning.
All right. So that's our sponsors. We'll be pleased to hear that.
Yeah.
More time to get some of those in.
Yeah.
So 3-1. Edco leads here in the top of the 5th inning, and Avery Brown, left-handed bat, steps up, has that bright pink bat, and leads things off here in the top of the 5th inning. First pitch, reaches out for it, tried to slap it, and it's a strike. The count is 0-1. Spartans, in at 3rd. They're also in at 1st. As what Brown is trying to do is just put the ball on the ground and run. And this pitch here takes it outside. The count is 1-1.
That's a good take. She's been trying to get that high one down. That's a tough pitch to get down.
And still really learning to hit as a slap hitter. And 1-1 is the count. 1-1 pitch there. Reaches out for the pitch. Missed it there. The count is 1-2. And you can see it's almost like there's a stop of the swing And then I kind of just try to hit at it instead maybe of a full cut on the run.
Yep, just trying to throw the bat at it.
But again, she's a youngster. We'll only get better at this. 1-2 pitch, reaches for the outside pitch, got a piece of it, but it lands in the catcher's mitt, Rasmussen. It'll be a strikeout. Strikeout number 5 recorded by Miller. Her first strikeout since the second inning. And that brings up the top of the lineup with 1 out. Faith Dugan is up to bat.
Yeah, so the Echo girls, once they've seen her, they've done a lot better job putting the ball in play.
Dugan, a rare 0-for-2 ball game right now, as she has bounced out to third, popped out to the catcher in foul territory, takes that pitch high. The count is 1-0. So our ball game moving right along here. A well-played ball game, top of the 5th inning. And here is the pitch. Rise ball, caught the top part of the zone. The count is 1-1. So Dugan, again, very rare that she has an 0-for-2 ball game going in with a batting average over 500. 1-1 pitch, rise ball, stayed with it, still disciplined up there, and the count goes to 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, she's got a good eye. First at bat was 3-1, second at bat was 3-2, so she's not swinging at just anything.
Well,
up there.
She's one of these kids that definitely want to watch her swing, and there's a good example. Hit it back up against the backstop area, but had a great cut, and the count is 2-2.
Yeah, she's got good bat speed.
Well, she mentioned after the regional final, a lot of work that goes into this.
Yep.
So 2 balls and 2 strikes is the count. Here's now your 2-2 pitch. It's a changeup, bouncing ball. Third baseman Standerson goes to her knees. Low throw across the diamond. Dug out there by the first baseman Peterson, and they call the out there. Dugan's speed gave her a chance on a low throw, but a nice dig by Briley Peterson. Dugan bounces out for out number 2.
Yeah, good play by Standerson over there at third. That ball was hit hard and kind of an in-between hop, but good job by her making that play.
Ava Hofer is up to bat. Hofer struck out in the first, flew out to center field. So she is 0-for-2 in this game, the number 2 hitter in the lineup. And the offering here from Miller, pitch inside, and it's too far inside. The count is 1-0. Every pitch, it just seems like there's a bit of an ooh.
Yep.
Ooh.
Every fan wants every pitch to be a strike.
And our umpire has been outstanding tonight. 1-0 is the count. And the 1-0 offering to Hofer, rise ball upstairs. The count is 2-0. Hofer started last inning, so she's up back-to-back innings. She flew out to center field to lead off that 4th inning. And again, the Vikings were able to put together a rally with 2 outs and 2 runs. 2-0 pitch, late swing, ducking out of the way is the on-deck hitter in Chloe Everett. And a correction there, I should say, Rachel Echelceder. Now, you don't want to take out your pitcher there.
No, that would be bad.
So Echelceder was on the on-deck circle there, ducked out of the way, but it cleared the dugout. And it's 2 balls and a strike on the first strike. Hofer choked up on that bat, 2-1 pitch, takes it. It's an inside corner pitch, and it caught it. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, that was a good pitch. Tough to do a lot with that one. Good pitch by Miller.
And again, a pitcher like Miller, some of these hitters take that 2-strike approach. I'm just going to try to put it in play. 2-2 pitch, and here's a good example. That's lined into left field. Base hit with 2 outs for Ava Hofer. Hofer has the 4th base hit of the ballgame for the Vikings, and Rachel Echelceder up to bat, 2 out and a runner on first.
Yeah, good job by Hofer. Getting the meat of the bat on it. Good bat speed, and just lined it into left field.
Echelceder is 1-for-2, a strikeout victim in the first, and singled back in the 4th inning. Ava Hofer, certainly a threat to steal for the Vikings. And double-digit steal-wise this year. With 2 outs, Echelceder, let's see what they offer. Pitch to Echelceder, takes it inside. The count is a strike. It's a strike there in the inside, and the count is 0-1. So Echelceder, strikeout victim in the first, singled in the 4th. Actually, had a single into right field. 0-1 offering. 0-1 pitch there, pops that one out of play. The count is 0-2. Hofer showing no signs of moving at first base yet. So 2 strikes maybe?
Yeah, you might send her now. Then that way Rachel Echelceder would come up next inning with a blank count.
Yeah, it wouldn't be such a bad thing. 3, 4, and 5 then. But Echelceder to get a chance. And the 0-2 pitch, it's outside. The count is 1-2. And again, Miller, that extra step towards the dugout there. She's ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, she's done that a few times, and I don't know that these umpires, like that.
Yeah, well, right now they're not agreeing with it. So 1-2 is the count. 1-2 pitch to Echelceder, checks her swing, bouncer right back to the mound, slow roller back to Miller. She'll flip it to the first baseman, Peterson, and that does it for Edco in the top of the 5th. No runs a hit, they leave 1. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Edco still leads here, 3-1.
Are high bank fees draining your wallet? It's time for a change.
At People's State Bank, they believe in low fees that put you first.
Tired of being charged for using your debit card, sneaky paper statement fees, or monthly maintenance fees?
With People's State Bank's People's Checking Account, those fees are a thing of the past.
Worried about ATM fees?
At People's State Bank, they reimburse you for up to 3 ATM fees per month. They work hard to keep your money where it belongs, in your pocket.
Make the switch to People's State Bank today. Visit a branch near you or peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC.
Northern Country Co-op and Viafield are now Nexus Cooperative, your full-service ag partner supplying all your agronomy, energy, feed, grain, and lumber needs. Our highly knowledgeable and experienced team utilizes the latest technology in feed manufacturing, agronomy services, precision ag, plant and animal nutrition, energy products, and grain marketing to keep our customers ahead of the rest. Stop in today at any of our 26 locations across northern Iowa and southern Minnesota, or visit us online at nexus.coop.
Bottom of the fifth inning, bottom of the lineup, up to bat here for Exira, Elkhorn-Kimballton, Zoe Rasmussen, Brenna Nelson, and Jordan Mulford. So again, as part of the lineup, 0 for 3, each a strikeout victim. Their first trip at the plate. Again, the second time through the lineup here for the Spartans. And the first pitch there, it's a rise ball upstairs. The count is 1-0. One thing to keep an eye on here, we talk about the heat, but obviously the pitchers.
Yeah.
They're the ones that are getting more work out there, where certainly that break helps them. But just keep an eye how they handle things.
Yep, they could wear them down a little bit.
1-0 is the count. 1-0 rise ball there, sailed over the head there of the hitter, goes off the mitt of Hofer, and the count is 2-0. So they're having to work, and again, the extra minute they're given, let's see how well they're able to use that to their advantage. And the count is 2-0. Really the first time in this ball game that Echo Cedar's fallen behind 2-0. 2-0 pitch there, a rise ball away, and the count goes to 3-0. So, Bahal falling behind here on the number 7 hitter with the count 3-0.
Yeah, and I wonder if the Spartans have changed their strategy a little bit. They've been swinging aggressive early.
3-0 pitch there, taking it all the way is Rasmussen. It's a strike. The count is 3-1. And have been chasing a rise ball.
Yeah, and now Rasmussen didn't and was able to get ahead.
So 3-1 is now the count. 3-1 offering, rise ball. It is outside. It is ball number 4. The first walk issued by Echo Cedar. She has struck out 9, has only allowed 2 hits. But the number 7 hitter reaches for Elkhorn-Kimballton here to start out the bottom of the 5th inning, trailing 3-1.
Yep, and I believe we'll have a courtesy runner. Number
8 is who that is, and that will be Skyla Rasmussen. So Skyla Rasmussen comes in to run for Zoe Rasmussen. And again, you will likely see them playing for a run in this bottom of the 5th inning. Again, where you are with the lineup here.
Yeah, I would expect a bunt here, but we'll have to see.
Let's see what Edco, how they line up defensively. So that brings up Brenna Nelson. Nelson 0 for 1, a strikeout victim. So the leadoff runner on for just the second time in this game. And the first pitch there is a rise ball away. The count is 1-0. So yes, this is a more disciplined approach here now for Exira Elkhorn-Kimballton.
Yeah, I wonder if they came into the game thinking swing early at strikes, and Echo Cedar wasn't giving them a lot of early strikes, but they've changed their approach here.
So the chess match continues. 1-0 pitch there outside, and the count goes to 2-0. So 2-0 is the count, missed away, and you see Coach Echo Cedar taking time here. He wants to have McKenna Hofer go out and talk to his pitcher here and just reset things.
Yep, good idea. She's thrown 6 balls and only 1 strike this inning so far.
So they again have a conversation. That conversation is short. Coach Echo Cedar had signaled there to Hofer to go have that conversation on the mound. So 2-0 is the count. So far here, 6 of the 7 pitches in this bottom of the 5th inning have been balls.
Yeah, uncharacteristic for
absolutely.
Echo Cedar.
2-0 is now the count. Delivers the 2-0 pitch there, rise ball away. Count goes to 3-0. So now you see Echo Cedar here with a bit of the body language now. Disappointed in missing that pitch.
Yeah, that's one she wanted.
3-0 is now the count. 3-0 offering there inside, caught the corner. The count is 3-1. And at this point of the lineup, again, you can challenge the bottom of the lineup.
Yeah, she's going to be really disappointed with these walks.
3-1 is the count. 3-1 offering that pitch, and it is ball number 4. It is high. Edco fans thought they had that one. Back-to-back walks. Runners on second and first. There is nobody out for Exira Elkhorn-Kimballton. The 7 and 8 hitters have walked. 2 walks issued by Echo Cedar. Jordan Mulford is up to bat, and now Coach Huber takes time for Edco. As there's time taken, we're going to have a substitute runner, I believe, coming in for Nelson, the designated player.
Yeah, I believe Aubrey Nelson's going to come in, who plays second base.
So that's the designated player that reached base. Nelson will come in as the runner. So that is Aubrey Nelson replacing Brenna Nelson. So it's a family affair all the way around for everybody tonight.
Yeah,
and a great timeout taken here by Coach Huber for Edco.
Yeah, a lot of sisters playing this game, it seems.
Yeah, small school Class 1A, right?
Yep, you need that.
And Jordan Mulford is up to bat. She was a strikeout victim as Coach Huber brought in the entire infield. So you take this opportunity to talk about first and second situations. And I would think that Mulford's job here is to move these runners over.
Yeah, I would be shocked if we're not seeing a bunt here.
And because you've got the top of the lineup with Taryn Peterson, who's waiting on deck.
Yep, she's your all-star. So.
Yep, so Mulford is up to bat. Jordan Mulford. She does have 3 sacrifices on the season. Edco well in at third, so Dugan has to be on her toes on that left side of the infield. And the first pitch being offered now to Mulford. Echo Cedar sets as we return. Here is your first pitch there, and it's a rise ball. Goes by the glove of the catcher, Hofer. It's going to be a pass ball. Goes off the glove. They don't have to worry about the bunt. It's a pass ball that puts runners over to second and third. There's nobody out as Mulford took the pitch for ball number 1.
Yeah, and I think if you're the Spartans now, you just take a pitch until you see a strike.
Especially with the number 9 hitter up to bat here. So 1-0 is the count. And they squared a bunt. She's taking all the way. It's a strike on the inside, and the count is 1-1. I don't think you have a safety squeeze on here.
No, I think she was just
showing it until she threw something different.
Yep.
So if you're Echo Cedar, still go after the number 9 hitter. Here's now your 1-1 pitch, and that pitch a little bit high, and the count goes to 2-1. A little bit of a grin from Echo Cedar. Thought that was there. McKenna Hofer turns around. She just had a question about where that was exactly.
Nope.
So 2-1 is the count. And Mulford, a small girl who really bends over at the stretch. 2-1 pitch, takes that at the knees. The count is 2-2.
Yep.
She's got a low stance, and it might be a little bit lower than what it's normally been.
Yep, I think she's trying to squeeze a little bit more out of that, but I don't blame her.
Absolutely not. So 2 balls and 2 strikes is the count. And Echo Cedar now, your 2-2 offering, and swinging through the outside pitch is Mulford. Strikeout number 10, recorded by Echo Cedar. It is a big out number 1. There's still 2 in scoring position, and the top of the lineup with Taryn Peterson is up to bat.
And I think you put her on here.
And that's sure enough exactly what they're going to do. You're not going to take a chance and face Peterson. So Peterson is walked. Technically, it's the 3rd walk of the inning. So Skylar Rasmussen is at 3rd. Aubrey Nelson is at 2nd. Peterson, tremendous speed, is at first base. The number 2 hitter is up to bat in Anna Larson. What this means, barring a double play, is you will likely have to face Riley Miller if that's the case.
That's the one downside. You've struck out Anna Larson twice, but yes, Riley Miller's probably going to get a chance, and she has singled twice this
The
game.
left-handed bat of Larson, she has struck out twice. A jam, bases loaded, first pitch is a rise ball away. The count is 1-0. Exira Elkhorn-Kimbleton has loaded the bases without a hit. 2 walks and an intentional walk has loaded them up, and there's only 1 out. Echo Cedar, so good, working out of trouble against North Lynn. Going to try to do it one more time. 1-0 pitch there, it's a rise ball away, and the count is 2-0. So falls behind on Larson, and again, you've got nowhere to go.
Yeah, and that's the other problem with intentionally putting Peterson on.
So 2 balls and a strike. Larson, a .431 hitter. You walked a .496 hitter to go to .431. Takes a pitch all the way. It's a strike on the outside corner. The count is 2-1. Echo Cedar has worked her way outside 3 consecutive pitches.
Yep, I think that's the game plan here. Stay on the outside corner.
So again, the count is 2 balls and a strike as Echo Cedar tries to battle back. Now your 2-1 offering. That pitch called strike on the outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Continues to work her outside. That one, better location.
Yeah, that one looked like it was right down Broadway from here.
So 2 balls and 2 strikes is now the count. And Echo Cedar takes in a big sigh. And here's now your 2-2 offering. Pitch outside. Called strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts. It's strikeout number 11 for Echo Cedar. Larson caught looking, and with 2 outs, up to bat is Elkhorn-Kimbleton's leading hitter, Riley Miller. She has 2 hits in this ballgame, both of them for Exira Elkhorn-Kimbleton. Bases loaded, 2 outs. What a matchup we have here with Exira against Miller.
Yeah, to say this is an important part of the ball game would be an understatement here.
A base hit likely scores two. So this is power against power here. Miller, the number 3 hitter. First pitch from Exira, and it's a high fly ball, shallow center field, and it's going to fall in for a base hit. It scoots by Brown. They'll wheel the girl to third base there in Peterson. She'll stop. Into second base is Riley Miller. Her third hit. It's a base hit. Goes to second on the throw and brings in 2 RBIs. And it is Elkhorn Kimballton tying the ball game up here in the bottom of the 5th.
Yep, and every one of her hits has been just like that. You know, she hasn't just spanked the ball, but she's just found green grass out there every time.
So a base hit for Miller. She has all 3 hits. She has driven in all 3 runs. The important thing here is for Edco now get out of this inning with at least the game tied. Yeah. Riley Peterson is up to bat. Peterson is 0 for 2. Popped out in foul territory to the catcher and struck out. So after the bases loaded, the Vikings could not get the third out here, and we continue now tied at 3. Peterson takes the first pitch outside. The count is 1-0. But they loaded the bases, did it on 2 walks and an intentional walk, a rarity from your all-state pitcher.
Yeah, those 2 walks to the 7 and 8 batters really came back to haunt her.
And again, the part of the lineup that you had dominated the first time through. So the count is 1-0. The 1-0 offering there, taking a strike all the way, is Peterson. A different approach for Exira Elkhorn Kimballton has paid off for them at the plate.
Absolutely, yeah. They were ultra aggressive those first 4 innings, and Eggleseder wasn't throwing them strikes, and they've changed this inning, and they're getting ahead.
1-1 pitch. It's a rise ball upstairs. The count is 2-1. So as we mentioned, both teams making adjustments. You've got 2 outstanding teams here, and that's the way the entire Class 1A tournament is going to go. 2 balls and a strike. First base is open as you face Peterson, but they're going after. 2-1 pitch there, and that ball line foul down the left field line as it hooks just to the left side of the bag in front of it. And we're evened up now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So evened up. Peterson is at third. The runner is King, who came in to run for Miller once again. So Maya King is at second base after Riley Miller delivered those 2 runs in. So Maya King is again the courtesy runner at second base. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 offering. Rise ball swinging right through it. There is Peterson. Well, they give up 2 runs, but Exira ends up striking off the side, giving her 11 in this ball game, make it 12. But for Elkhorn Exira at Kimballton, EHK, Exira, they score 2 runs. They do it on a hit. They leave 2 in scoring position. It's a brand new game. We're tied at 3.
The doctors and staff of Family Dentistry Associates of Monona encourage everyone to get out and support your local baseball and softball teams, enjoy the weather, and get your kids' summer checkups scheduled at Family Dentistry Associates in Monona. Call today to schedule 539-4651.
When I started out in the car business, my dad gave me some good advice. Hi, it's Forrest.
The Clayton County Farm Bureau Beef Passport is your chance to support local restaurants, local farmers, and local beef all summer long. Pick up a passport and visit participating stops like Backwoods Bar and Grill, TD Sports Bar, and Gunda Roadhouse to enjoy featured beef items and collect stamps for prize entries. New this year, a digital passport option, a farmer's market stop, and no minimum number of stamps required to win. The Clayton County Farm Bureau Beef Passport runs now through August 31st.
When I started out in the car business, my dad gave me some good advice. Hi, it's Forrest Brown with the Brown's family of dealerships. What my dad told me is when you sell someone their first car, you need a good sales department. But if you expect to sell them their second, third, and fourth car, you better have a great service department. Visit any one of the Brown's family of dealerships in Guttenberg, Elkader, West Branch, or Victory Ford in Dyersville and find out why Brown's is your hometown dealer, no matter where your hometown may be.
At Freedom Bank, we're proud to cheer on the hometown athletes who give it their all. You'll see us in the stands, on the sidelines, and throughout our communities, supporting the players, coaches, and families who make Northeast Iowa a great place to call home. Whether it's on the field or in your financial life, we're here to help you reach your goals. Visit us in Elkader, Monona, Postville, or Waukon and experience the difference of a 100% employee-owned community bank. Freedom Bank, we empower success.
The Woodland Eye Clinic in Elkader and West Union are proud sponsors of high school sports. We are committed to bringing our patients the highest level of total eye care with detailed one-on-one attention. Our offices offer the newest technology and equipment with a professional team of experience taking the field or court this season.
This is Chris Holbert, General Manager of Hall Roberts Son Incorporated in Postville. We would like to wish the area student athletes both a safe and successful sports season. We have been a community-based company since 1864, servicing and supporting the area ag industry with products necessary for daily success. We look forward to continuing to serve and support both the
Welcome back once again. Here we are now in the top of the 7th inning. Sorry, but this is what happens when the heat and everything overloading. We start things out in the 7th inning, and to lead things off here once again was for Edco was Avery Brown. And we had a pinch hitter for Brown. That was Alyssa Reimer, who's up to bat, and she lines out to the second baseman, and that's out number 1 here in the 7th. Addie Smeltzer hit a 2-run home run in the top of the 6th inning. That is the difference in this ball game. And what we're learning now is that when there's heat, nothing wants to work like it should.
Especially this much heat.
So Faith Dugan is up to bat, 5-3, top of the 7th inning. Dugan is 0 for 3, bounced out twice, and also popped out to the catcher. So Dugan, again, is 0 for 3. This is the top of the 7th inning, 5-3 Edco in the lead. If we look forward to the bottom of the 7th inning, I believe Exira-EHK-Audubon will send up 8, 9, and then 1 in their lineup. So the count is 0-2 to Faith Dugan as we continue live here. Here is now your 0-2 offering, and it's a rise ball, and the count is a ball and 2 strikes. So we continue to try to battle through some technology issues here on a very hot day in Fort Dodge. Everything covered up. Change up and missing outside as Dugan checked her swing on that. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, that changeup is effective. We've seen it a little bit more often here lately.
So 2 balls and 2 strikes is the count. And again, there is 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. Here's now your 2-2 offering, and it's a high fly ball. This is to left field. Drifting back is Wanzer to the winning track there, and it falls at the bottom of the fence. It hits the bottom of the fence, and Dugan goes into second base. Just missed a home run. It is a double and over Hofer. Vikings playing for some insurance here. Ava Hofer, by the way, is 1 for 3. A strikeout victim, flew out to center field and singled back in the 5th inning. So again, there is 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. First pitch there to Hofer. That's a strike on the inside. The count is 0-1. So we continue to deal with a signal that kind of plays hectic with you once in a while. 0-1 is the count to Hofer. And Hofer now. Here is now your 0-1 pitch and bouncing ball. That's to the shortstop. Peterson fields it to her left. The throw to first, it is in time. Dugan goes to third on the throw across the diamond. Now 2 outs. And up to bat is Rachel Eccleseder, who I would likely think is going to be walked here, huh?
I would. McKenna Hofer did single last inning, but I think I would put her on.
So they continue to talk there. And it looks like
they're going to let her hit.
Yep, they are. Eccleseder is 1 for 3.
Oh,
and now they're going to walk her. Yeah, now they're going to take time out here.
At least talk about it.
Maybe that's the question.
And you could pitch to her, but just throw her nothing good. But then you also have to be careful with Faith Dugan on third that you don't let anything get away from you behind the plate.
So time taken here. As again, we're in the top of the 7th inning. Our score is 5-3. Edco in the lead. Addie Smeltzer hit a 2-run home run in the top of the 6th inning. And again, now time taken at the mound here by Exira-EHK-Audubon.
Yeah, and then in the bottom of the 6th, Rachel Eccleseder comes and strikes out the side.
So here we go now, once again, top of the 7th inning. And now at the plate, Rachel Eccleseder, after time taken there by their head coach, Tom Peterson. And it looooks like they're going to throw Eccleseder. They're going to pitch to her.
They're going to pitch to her, but I bet she doesn't see anything real great.
And here's the first offering to Eccleseder. It's a change-up low. The count is 1-0. Yeah, that's what I think. You're going to try to.
You pitch to her, but you don't kind of thing.
I think that's very true. So 1-0 is the count. 1-0 offering there. Echo Cedar takes it, called strike in the upper part of the zone, and the count is 0-2.
Yeah, I'm surprised it was a strike at all. It was in the upper part of the zone, but I'm surprised she gave her any kind of strike.
All right, so again, a ball and 2 strikes, 1-2 pitch. It's a high fly ball. This is to deep center field. Larson reaches up for it. It's out of her reach. It hits the bottom of the fence. It's a long single for Echo Cedar, but a base hit and an RBI. It is now 6-3, Edco in the lead.
Yeah, that's why you walk her right there. Or at least don't give her something over the middle of the plate. And the first one wasn't, but the last 2 pitches were, and Rachel Echo Cedar makes them pay.
So McKenna Hofer is up to bat. Echo Cedar will be replaced there by her courtesy runner, and that will be Josie Deers. So Deers comes in to pinch run, and the Vikings have added an insurance run here in the top of the 7th.
Boy, and Dugan and Echo Cedar both feet away from solo shots there.
McKenna Hofer is up to bat. Hofer is 1 for 3, popped out to short, safe on a fielder's choice and scored, and also singled and scored in the 6th inning. It's a bouncing ball. That's into center field. That's a base hit. Into second base is Deers. McKenna Hofer has her second base hit of the ball game, and the inning continues for Edco.
Yeah, and if Lauren Kirby can keep this going, you might get Addie Schmelzer up again.
And Addie Schmelzer has 2 home runs. So up to bat is Lauren Kirby. Kirby is 0 for 2 in this ball game, walked, and also scored a run in this game. So in this situation here, runners on second and first. There are 2 outs here in this inning. So we move our table back a little bit, just trying to see if we can get a better signal somewhere. And we'll wait here for the pitch. Bottom of the 7th inning, EHK will send up
8-9-1.
Mike, are you there? Yeah, we'll just use the phone. Welcome live here to Fort Dodge. We apologize for the, again, technical issue. It's 6-3. Edco leads here. They are in the top of the 7th inning as we continue our action here. Lauren Kirby is up to bat in this inning with 1 out. Faith Dugan double. Hofer bounced out to short. Rachel Echo Cedar with a base hit and an RBI. And here's the pitch there. It's outside. Called strike. The count is 1-2. So Edco leads here after a 2-run home run by Addie Schmelzer in the top of the 6th inning, gave them a 5-3 lead. And again, here's the pitch. She swings right through it, and that is strikeout number 7 according to Bob Miller. And that does it for Edco in the top of the 7th inning. Well, they score a run. They do it on 3 hits. They leave 1. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It is 6-3. Back with more after this message. can turn it up here. But it says to me it's still dropping frames. So it says drop frames is 80%, but it does say it's got 2,400. Oh, now it's down to 0. So I'm just going to end the screen. We're done with this. We'll work from different locations.